You guys get gifts and rewards.
It's like a job when they give you a pizza party and gift cards.
2 slices and they're this big.
Let's unionize.
Yes, I vote we unionize. Unionize the Mexcellence.
It's my first time, so I can't be.
You guys,
I gotta be like at least in 3 months consecutively, like some.
You guys have,
Even in the Mexcellence, you're not a real citizen.
Yeah. Man. I realized that we're like, wait a second.
Hey man, I don't know why you signed up to be in the lion's den yourself.
Nah, man.
But it's good. It's good to know that hey, we're friends with Puerto Rican. Wait, are we on?
Yes, we're on.
Oh my God, I'm over here about to say the most heinous shit about Puerto Ricans.
I was gonna get you in TMC some racist shit.
No, what I was gonna say was that we have Puerto Rican friends, and yes, we will antagonize them any chance per tradition. Because it may not be true, but it is tradition.
It's tradition.
Also, fix your foamy. It's a little jacked up.
Is it jacked up?
No, as in like the actual.
Dude, why are you correcting him? That's his culture. Let him. Let it.
It's all like
Treckle and shit. Yeah,
it's just all like all wrong. And
nah,
shit.
man, I watched.
We are
West
doing
Side
great.
Story. I watched West Side Story, and I was like, that makes everything makes sense in your life.
Now you get it?
It's all just like.
But you saw the Spielberg one.
Yeah, it's all fire escapes and snapping. That's all you guys are about.
Josh Man is saying that you would hire Tommy as a leg breaker if we try to unionize.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Tommy for sure.
Oh shit, that's what I'm missing right now, man.
We can
miss
turn him.
Tommy.
Well, that's why you're here, because he didn't want to come for whatever reason.
Oh,
Wait, what? That's what. Don't
not
tell him that.
He's not down with the La Raza. What's up?
No, I said I needed a firecracker on this show, so either Tommy or someone else. And you would literally just hit me up saying, "Hey, can we hang out on the show?" And I was like,
we gotta do something, because every time that I see you in some fucking like rally or like
Right.
something really important, like no, this is very political. Like this is all life matter type of shit. Like all life matters.
He is on Team All Lives Matter.
Yeah, no, I know.
What are you
He's
talking
pure
about?
Trump. He's pure Trump. That's where I see him all the
Why
time.
don't you do that? Why are you there? First of all, if that's the case. Second of all, it's not
Latinos
true.
for Trump, yo.
Oh my God. yeah. And you go there's just to film it,
Just to film it.
photography.
Just to
This
film it,
motherfucker-
shit.
So we're at the pro-abortion rally, and I am in a position where I can donate time.
Pro-choice.
Pro-abortion, like say the word abortion, fucking do it.
Okay.
Fucking let them.
That's not going to work just on the...
No.
I always use pro-choice. That's the one thing. that
No,
everybody,
fuck it.
You wanna go with
It's
it?
healthcare, goddammit. You gotta say
it's
the
healthcare.
goddamn
Yeah.
words, and if you don't want to say the goddamn words, because it's gross, it is fucking awful, a terrible thing.
Yeah, but
that
here's
can be traumatic if it's not just fucking regulated and normal. Like it could be just normal.
Hey, bro, I'm not saying that I'm not on your side.
No, you
what
don't
I'm
like the
saying
messaging.
is... What I'm saying is that when you say it's a pro-abortion instead of pro-choice, that's why you lose the marketing department, because somehow like Republicans are just
They have
idiots.
made
Yeah.
abortion a dirty word. That's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Right,
Instead of
right.
being a healthcare word, they have made it like baby killer. That's in other words, when you say
This
abortion,
is a
it's like,
weird
you're
term.
a baby killer. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck.
This is a weird turn I didn't want to take, but the point is that that's part of normalizing is by
Yeah.
saying it as such. And
Yeah.
for someone like me
Yeah,
to
you're
say
right.
it as such with my fucking chest out, saying fuck y'all, I don't care, fucking pro it, do it, fucking do it. As many as you want, all the time. It normalizes it a little. It moves the bar back to where it should be.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
that said, I was there doing the good deed and stuff like that, volunteering my time, and then I just see this guy with a fucking light on his shoulder and a harness stabilizer and like 7 lenses go, "Hey, fucker," and I'm like, "What?" And it's fucking Carlos. I'm like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I'm taking photos," and he's with the press. Like he's in the press line with like ABC News,
have
like
the
the
bowler?
local. He had a fucking vest on and his white sleeves rolled up. He's like, "Man, see, I'm here to take some moving pictures."
Some Peter Parker shit right there.
Right, he was there with the Daily Bugle, and the Daily Bugle's just his magazine that he makes up on his own time. And I'm just like, hey, and I'm there with some other people, and they're like, who's this fucking guy? He came up to me and was like, "You did a real great job for La Raza." And I was like, that was one of my friends. And I'm like, she was just like, "Yeah, that guy was crazy." I'm like, I shouldn't say that. But like, that guy was crazy. I was like, "Yeah, that's Carlos. He knows me." And then he proceeded to tell the time about how he listened to one of my episodes in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And all of my coworkers,
was back
there
in
it
the
is.
day.
All of my coworkers were like, wow. He really did do a podcast that people listen to. Because I think they thought it was like, oh, I'm just a fucking dweeb. And it's like, no, I help people.
That's what happens when you bullshit
JJ,
too
your
much.
hair is fabulous, according to Senior 2 Phones.
Manscaped.
Oh Oh shit, they got that now?
Yes.
Yeah, they got the
we'll talk about
shampoo.
the advertisements later. 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, paraben free.
Oh, wow.
Fuck parabens.
Can you spell parabens?
P-A-R.
We should abort all parabens.
Yes. Still makes it a dirty word. I said yes because it's a joke, but at the same time,
No, you're right. You made a sound argument for it. You know.
Yeah.
I went on your side. I was first, Marco, but then I went.
So
full Sammy.
yeah, so part of the method, there's a whole method. I could get into it. I'm learning a lot about political messaging. It's very fun and entertaining stuff.
Yeah, you're like in the perfect place. For
Yeah,
that type of
I try
work.
not to bring up. This is the first time I'm actually bringing it up. But,
Really?
But yeah, I don't talk about my work, my real work, because I want people to leave me the fuck alone.
That's what I mean with my work.
'Cause I used to work at-
NDAs.
yeah,
I gotta shut the fuck up now.
I worked in insurance, and I said I worked for the Gecko. Did I work for the Gecko? No, but it's easier to say I fucking work for the
work for the
Gecko.
Gecko,
So yeah, I'm an independent contractor or whatever. There you go.
That's the.
Leave me fucking alone.
That's the
everyone.
Contract
correct way.
Yes.
Like every good
And he
Mexican.
fucking gave me away by being, hey, fucker, I'm taking pictures of you. Cover blown. Podcaster by day,
That brings us
assassin
to why
by
we're
night.
here today. We're going to kill Carlos here on air.
Yep.
It's
which
just
is
like a sacrifice.
Yeah,
because-
that booze is filled with nothing but Manscaped products. Which are great for your hair, but not for your insides.
I'm gonna have the greatest beard once I'm gone. It's gonna be all shiny and shit.
Your mustache and goatee are like, oh, this is lovely and like shiny and delightful, but you're also dead.
Sacrifices.
Sacrifices.
Yeah.
Sacrifice. Also, these are metal. These could be used for bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning.
To bludgeon to death. What part of a contract killer am I?
Death by Manscaped. That's
That's the
death
death.
by
level.
being beat by Manscaped.
I mean, that'd be very hard to do with the Lawnmower 4.0. Which
Oh, you mean the
leaves
Lawnmower
very little
4.0 that
nicks or
causes minimal nicks on your junk if you're careful with it?
No, very. I haven't. I bought it 3 years.
From me?
Yeah.
Yeah!
I did buy it. I did tell you,
Manscaped
man.
works.
I did tell you I bought it. I know.
forget, man.
I know you got surprised. I got it because my own one, the 3.0, I actually fucked it up. I dropped it and broke it completely. Don't ask me how.
That's years old. The 4.0 is the latest in manscaping
yeah, and that's
technology.
the one that I got loving. I used to own my shits and everything.
Okay, we're spending too much time on a Manscaped ad. That's not the actual Manscaped ad unless I put the Manscaped ad.
Glad we got that out of the way.
We didn't have the box in front.
You have the bottle. It's fine.
That's fine.
So, Sam, what are Mexicans better than Puerto Ricans at?
Man, I didn't
I
even
have to
introduce
tread-
myself.
I
We
have
just
to-
started the show and
we're
started doing
this
this
is not even the real
bullshit.
show. We have intros and nice things
I
and
think.
stuff.
I honestly think the rivalry is kind of dead.
It makes no sense because so much travesty.
Well, they don't have a good boxer anymore, and they beat us in music by a lot. So they it's just kind of like you have this,
Those
I
are
have
the
that.
two cultural points.
Listen, the two cultural points that we can do is no. The three ones are
Soccer. Well, yeah, 3.
No, the whole
Soccer
thing
is-
the
they
problem
don't-
is that they took the team away from us, and now it's part of the United States team, not like the basketball type of thing deal or
I
baseball
didn't
type
know
of
that.
deal. No, so that's why we got fucked in that corner. You know what
Oh,
I
you don't
mean?
get to be like Wales and Scotland, or it's
No,
like
that's
we're not
no,
UK.
no. They fuck us over there in the World Cup. That's why it's not big home. But it used to be boxing with Oscar de la Hoya. Like it used to be the biggest rivalry. Me growing up, like we used to mad dog Mexicans back in the day. No offense.
No,
I got no fear.
Look at-
There's
look at-
one.
this is a nice pre-show, so that way we can establish the inherent tension between the very obvious Mexicans in the Mas O Menos Mexicanos program and our friend Carlos, who's here visiting, guest co-hosting,
starring, co-hosting.
as
He's
a
in the guest arena today.
yeah, as and if you're audio listener wearing a bright Puerto Rican shirt pillar thing, that's important. Like
Right,
Oh,
it's
no.
black, dude.
It's black. No. So,
No.
okay,
I meant
so
the
this is
design.
called La Puerta. This is a national historical place in Puerto Rico, up in San Juan, that you can go to take your pictures. It's very beautiful.
a door.
Yeah, man. It's,
What's it a door to?
So what was
it's just an old fucking place. I forgot what it was. It used to be a museum or some shit.
so what was the third thing you were gonna say? Because you brought up boxing.
It was boxing, obviously music, because you guys had Selena, and we tried to overcompensate with Yankee.
Is Bad
back
Bunny
in the day.
Puerto Rican?
Yes, it is.
God
baby.
damn it.
Yeah, we got down.
That's
lockdown, man.
checkmate. That's
You guys
checkmate right there, man.
Yeah, and now he's a movie star doing with the Sony fucking Spider-Man
Wrestling.
movie. Wrestling, all that shit. Yeah, you can't-
Like Becky G, I love you. You're doing great, and you hit that.
I bet if you ask young Mexican kids and you ask them, do you know El Santo? They'll say, who the fuck? You ask them who's Bad Bunny, and they will call you every single fucking song.
Right.
I don't know. They have the internet now. Like I'll be
And they're gonna watch an old school El Santo movie.
Yeah, they're
No,
not
they're
gonna
not
white.
going to watch El Santo. They're going to just watch the art and be like, "Yeah, the dude of the silver mask." That's all they know. That's all they
It's the thing
know.
that we see in the graffitis in the streets all the time. That's what they're gonna be saying.
Oh, the guy from Coco's important. God.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He comes out in Coco.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the sentence you said?
The guy from Coco's important.
Yeah.
Important.
Yes.
I heard in porn, and I thought like El Santo did porn at one point.
I mean, maybe.
maybe.
I just no.
He never took the mask off, bro. It could have been anybody.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, was there like a subgenre of like El Santo porn that I didn't know?
Ricardo's bringing up that Mexicans are better at spicy food. I say that's a tie. I honestly
I
think
don't know Puerto Rican had food.
We got spicy shit. Like I bought, my mom brought me like a big bottle of pique that is like pepper only native to the island, and it's fucking amazing. But food wise, no. Food wise, I can't say one is better than the other because they're both fucking great.
I've not. Is there any good Puerto Rican food here in Austin?
Oh yeah, man.
Is there really?
Yeah, man. We got El Coqui that serves mofongo.
dude, this looks pretty fire.
I don't like eggs.
Oh yeah. Okay, no, but some of those might be mixed with Colombian heritage type of stuff. That's the whole thing about Puerto Rican cooking. It just mixes with everything from Latin America. Look up mofongo. If you look up mofongo, that's like one of our most native shit. It's done with a lot of seafood. That's another thing that we have plenty of is seafood.
That's true, and I do enjoy a seafood every now and then.
Like seafood.
I do. Yep, one singular seafood. Mofongo is the name of like a fancy restaurant, I think, too, right?
Oh, they use it all the time. Yeah, it's like fried plantain, and you can fill it up with like.
That's not rice. That's plantain.
No, it's plantain. You know, it looks like rice, but it's actually fried plantain.
I'm about
like
that.
in a bowl. It's delicious, right? It's really well seasoned. But they put like fish, like calamari, like every type of meat or vegetables that you can imagine. Yeah, it's a staple, man.
Yeah, dude. It's Puerto Rican jambalaya.
That looks pretty good. But like, solid, but like scoopable.
No, jambalaya is
good,
next
though.
level shit, man. I had it here, and it's just wow.
Oh man, yeah, we should go. We should.
Yeah.
Go. I should go get. I've never had Puerto Rican food.
No, we should. You know, it's a little bit expensive, but it's worth.
I'm rich.
worth it.
What are you talking about?
Oh, right. You're rich now, man. I forgot you got your own place, your own podcast network, your own merchandise line.
Merchandise. I got a new hat. I haven't worn this. The first time wearing it.
That's a nice plug for you, the Mexcellence.
Oh, me Mex merch. Oh, actually, I put on the Instagram if anybody wanted a free shirt. I wanted to see how many bites we'd get because I might just.
We have
give
our
out a
own
free
rapper.
shirt.
We own Tone Royal. Like,
Man,
That shirt's becoming vintage, man. I
forgot you had the Tone Royal
vintage
thing.
dash
Yeah.
Tone Royal.
now every time that I hear about him, I don't know why, and sorry, Tom, man, I just think white because he's always in the fucking UT campus, and he has done such an excellent job changing his accent. Not like every other fucking Latino I know, man.
What are you talking about? Raised like you mean non-accent?
Non-accent, yeah.
Oh, like completely removing it. He
Completely
didn't have one to begin with. I don't. I can't imagine Ray as a
Man,
little
I
kid.
saw. I heard a little bit of a tone and accent in his vocabulary, but he has practiced so much that it's completely gone. By
Hey guys, Tone Royal, completely whitewashed. Yeah,
love
we're
it,
out
man.
here with the Spurs.
I love him. Every time that I
throws
see
that-
him,
just
I'm
that-
so happy for him. It's like just success.
He's opening up for Sir Mix-a-Lot again.
Yeah.
And he did for Afro Man as well. So he's doing good. All your favorite 2000s rappers, he's gonna
Yeah,
open
Afro
for.
those
Man.
are not your favorite 2000s. Those are
Chingy. He'll open for Chingy one of
if
these
you
days.
burn to mix CD, they're like track 15.
Afroman did like a 10 like
Still made
not
a
even a
CD.
10-minute like song. It was like
Because I got
high, because I got high, and just
and then
ended
there's
right
the other
there.
one where it's like cold 45 about that. I don't
That's
know
the only two
fucking
songs.
words.
Those are the
That's
only-
literally the
That's
only
it,
other
that's
two
it.
songs. I don't know, Afro Man. I'm trying to defend the man, all right? He's doing great work, is what I'm saying.
He's dope.
He's doing great. He did great. He did okay work.
Sir Mix-a-Lot, that show is still happening. He's doing it again.
I'm happy for him.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Also, why are you getting progressively shorter somehow?
I have no idea, bro.
It's a little.
Yeah, you think you need to boost your chair up a little bit
Yeah,
higher.
yeah,
Or, boost it up a little higher because I think you...
I think it's just me rolling around. I scoot
Right,
a
so
little
let's go a little higher so you can scoot. Because you look like a very, very small person.
bit. I never look like a small
You
person.
look like smaller than me. And
You
I'll-
have never looked
I
like
always look smaller than you.
You're not. We're the same size. It's just that I go whoop and you go whoop. I did the math wrong.
It's all chest
It's all chest and shoulders. I'm all panza, so it's fine.
the
It's
one
fine.
word that he knows in Spanish.
No,
He
that's
learned.
just the one that's signature to me.
I thought it was gordito.
No one ever called it. Oh, you love that joke.
Let him enjoy.
You and your culturally significant door. We made pyramids and we built a fucking city on a lake, and you're like, we have a door.
We never got the fucking opportunity because we got butt fucked by the Spanish. Let me just say that.
Oh, I wonder what that's like.
But you got your own. You got aqueducts and shit before then.
That's
like
true.
my people was like we were just getting into the home. Like maybe if we have clay, we can do bricks. But your people were already doing
We're
fucking
doing stonework and astrology.
You were
astronomy.
doing stonework, astrology, and some type of metalwork, like fucking gold work and shit.
That's true.
Weird question, but since we're going to get into the subject of parents today,
What's up?
What are common, like, because we were talking about gordito and stuff like that.
Gordito,
What are common, like, Puerto Rican nicknames for?
Gosh, man, like Puerto Rican names, Flaco. It's like one.
That one's
Flaco.
shared.
Yeah.
That one's the one because I grew up very skinny doing a lot of sports, and I'm really tall, so I never had like a lot of body mass, and there was always Flaco. And
My parents still call me that. And I left Flaco a long time ago. That wave bye-bye to me way back.
Yeah, there's that. And then as I progress older, you start hearing other nicknames in the streets. And one of them, that guy is Coco. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Before the movie, of course. But
No, way before the movie.
But what does that mean, I guess, in their context?
Coco, what I got from there, like the correct translation is coconut cocoa. It's like you're solid, you just don't talk to cops. That's why they told me. Yeah,
That's not what I thought that was going.
Yeah, no, because you're solid as a coconut. So, because listen, we're gonna get into this, but I grew up in like I want to say like a semi-poor family of a single mom.
Bro, if you have to think about it, you probably did.
I'm trying. Well, we were not on food stamp, but we didn't have a lot of food, you know?
Right.
That type of shit. And they used to do mad drug sales in the apartment building where I was. And I used to see that shit all the time growing up. And people would ask me, like, I didn't see shit. and all of a sudden, when I got my first serious job, somebody in the apartment building that was slinging drugs recognized me in the first job I ever got, like serious job.
Yeah.
And he went like, "Your name is Coco because you don't say shit to anybody because I see it." I'm like, "Oh, cool," and just took.
Cool. The streets won't fuck with me. For doing some shit I was already gonna do. Which is
that was like the greatest thing that like I felt like a weight was lifted out of me because I used to work like when I was in college like until 3 a.m. And Puerto Rico, like around 2009, shit started getting really bad. Even bad for today's standards, right? And one of my biggest things, because it was like a shitty ass gated community, and the gated community, you push the gate to get it. Okay, it was not gated. It was not even. It was just like this big fucking metal fence.
It was to hold you all in. To be fair.
Pretty much. It's like it's a fucking wow, man. You can do Schindler's List here, but with Latinos, if you just lock it. Like no, that was fucked up, man. And looking back at it, I'm like, wow, that's really shitty place. And I would just push it and then bring my car. Now they got like an electric one. As soon as I left Puerto Rico, and so of course I left. They put something nice in there, and that shit was in there, man. And I was always freak out because you gotta get out of the car, push the fucker, and I always thought somebody's gonna get in my car and just hijack it and pull a gun on me.
That's absolutely fair. If you had to get out of your fucking turned on car,
really fucking
open
afraid.
a gate, get back in, drive it, and close the gate behind you.
But ever since there, and also my mom used to be a teacher for the neighborhood. She's still a teacher there, by the way. And I remember like if it ever occurred to me that I wanted to buy some substance illegal drugs, if I'm not saying I did, I'm just saying if it occurred to me, they would say no, eres el hijo de la maestra, you're the son
of the teacher.
The teacher. We're not. And I'm like.
But I want cocaine.
But I want that powder. I want that snow. You know, it's like no. And they would no because my mom was really respected. Still is in the neighborhood. You know, still with the little shits because the game has changed, man. It's not like what it used to be before.
It's now meth, guys.
You fucking say that, but it's gotten way fucking worse over the years. You know how?
Sorry, my hometown has fentanyl now. Hooray!
Oh, you level up. You got the new shit.
Fresno was the meth capital of the world. Breaking Bad was supposed to shoot there, and they were like, "No, we don't want that for our city." So it went to fucking Albuquerque, became a cultural sensation. But now it's like fentanyl. Now like Fresno's everyone's just eating fentanyl like it's breakfast, and then all dying because it's fentanyl. So that's where we're at.
We still get so much cocaine from South America, man. It's fucking stupid. Because once it enters the island, it can live in any fucking plane, and the FBI, whoever the fuck is there, doesn't check the planes. But you didn't hear that from me, kids. So do not traffic toward the island.
Coco my ass, shit. He's like, so that's what they're doing. They're putting it in the unmarked federal planes.
They don't check the planes here either.
No, man. I didn't know that until somebody told me, oh, yeah, once you get drunk inside the island, if it's an American plane, you can just take off and nobody will check shit.
Yeah. The trick is getting it across the border.
Yeah.
Once it's in there, it's like...
But the whole thing is that the island is so big and everything's coast, and you can literally, that's why it's called Puerto Rico, because you can land a boat or a ship anywhere in the island.
That's good. That's
because it's great. No, it's great for commercial shit. It's great for a bunch of shit.
Pirates.
It's exactly, but it's really bad when you got a bunch of narcos just saying, man, I think we can send just a homemade submarine and just fill it with cocaine and nobody will find it. And they will find the submarine without the cocaine the day after.
Like, they would show up on radar as dolphins. And they would just ignore it, and then they're just kind of like propelled, like they're kind of like Jimmy rigged with a propeller, and they just go. And one of them hit a Coast Guard boat, and they thought it was a dolphin. Like I said, on the radar, it looks like a dolphin. But
they
when
just had a cardboard cutout of it. And like pops up every once in a while.
Man, that shit's smart.
Inspector Gadget-esque.
When he was talking about the propeller, I thought that's what he was going to say. That like they attached the stick with a fake dolphin. So every time the propeller moves.
It hit one of the Coast Guard boats. They open it up, and there's nothing but cocaine in it. It's like, oh, we've just found. Usually something dumb happens, and that's how they.
These dolphins are filled with cocaine.
Yeah, no, man. I have so many friends that work in drug enforcement that were selling drugs, and they were selling drugs for reals. Because the whole thing is that they were selling drugs, and either you become a boxer back in the day, you were to college, to NASA, something like that, or you ended up, selling drugs in the street. So a lot of my ex-friends that did not die, they actually switched to being cops and working a lot of that shit, so they know the hustle.
Or they become fucking gaming developers like yourself.
Man, I was just blessed that I had a mom that really fought for my education.
And drug lords that wouldn't sell you drugs.
Do not sell me shit.
He wasn't allowed in that life, bro.
Exactly.
No,
he wanted to be hardcore, but his mom wouldn't let him.
No, for work. At a moment in my life where I had like really big problems with my dad, and my dad wasn't really giving my mom any money due to child support. For a moment, I saw other people in that building just singing, and they were making some dope ass fucking money, and it would just occur to me, and I would just, hey man, out of curiosity, man, what the fuck are you doing this? And then I'm like, oh shit, I have opportunities here. That was the realization when other people was telling me, you have opportunities, why ruin them? That's what, like, oh shit. I never got to it because I got really good people in place in my life.
Oh, you're Alexander Hamilton. It's just like, he reads all these books and he does all the charters. We need to get all of our money and send it to America. And here you are.
And then Corey found him and ruined it.
They just fucked it all up.
Fucked it up all up.
And now you're in the lion's den with a bunch of Mexicans who are going to talk about their parents and what's wrong with them.
No, I really want to hear it. I'm always fascinated about people growing up in Texas and Mexico. It's just amazing history.
California, Texas.
It's same shit.
And then more Mexico for you. Would you say you grew up more in Mexico or more than him anyway?
We're in the same boat.
You went back equally as much? I didn't know you had the family like that because I don't know JJ's always mentioned he has family in Mexico that he goes. See, you never really mentioned it as much.
It's like if you ever go to Eagle Pass and then you stand outside of either my house or JJ's house, you can see the Mexican flag.
You crossed the street and I'm in Mexico.
It's fair enough. Playing basketball, it just goes and God damn it, I gotta cross the border again.
Ball's in Mexico.
Well, there's the river that makes it hard for that. But
there would always be like people swimming in it, and like it was like there's no border, like there's no one's enforcing that.
Right,
like, you could just sneak over either side, no one would care.
Yeah. Well,
what year do you think the wall, like the fence, went up?
Oh, that was high school already.
So is that when it went up? I vaguely
when they started.
I think
building
it was like
the
2003.
Yeah, that was during the Bush years. That was with the whole 9/11 scare that they started doing that bullshit.
They went through the Canadian border, bro. I don't even know.
I don't even get. Yeah, that doesn't make no goddamn sense.
In fact, I think there was a story about a whole bunch of like illegal immigrants that were like, "No, dude, these guys are not American. I mean, they're not Mexican. They were like Muslim and stuff."
No, yeah,
Jesus.
like
they turned them in. They were like,
I know. Just every man for himself, man. The way they'd make it.
Fucking Canadians, bro.
Fucking Canadian. Yeah, the moral story. Fucking Canadians, bro. Our Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, fine. It's the fucking Canadians, man. They're poutine.
The poutine eaters.
They're free healthcare.
I can go to the doctor. Shut up.
I'm going to start the show now.
Más o menos mexicano presenta.
Domingo.
It's Thursday.
Es jueves, güey.
In honor of this episode, it's all in Spanish.
Hey, if I say that too fast, people might get offended with balls. Huevos.
That's a different vowel.
I know,
man.
Good evening. Welcome to Más o Menos Mexicanos.
Everybody from the Double Toasted community. If you don't speak Spanish, it's not in Spanish. This is an English podcast. Even though Carlos is here. Hi, you recognize Carlos.
Even though Carlos is here.
You recognize Carlos. He's never on the show.
No,
but
you
hey.
can't escape me.
There's a lot of like, hey, Carlos is in the chat. My name is Marco. I'll be your host here today. To my right, my little co-pilot here today.
I'm Sammy Gonzalez, a.k.a. The Mexcellence. Welcome, everybody, to my program, my channel, and then his show.
Yeah.
And over there joining me across the way, you may not know, but you will now know and love.
Hey, I'm JJ. What's up?
That
And
damn
over
Carlos.
You know me, man. I'm Carlos.
Like I said, guys. Well, first of all, Mexcellent, welcome. And then all Double Toasted fans, this is Más o Menos Mexicanos, our Mexican show. Join and follow, subscribe, all of those things while you're here.
The what?
Aren't they all? I mean, except the Blackcellence, right? But
Well,
aren't they all kind of just the Mexican show?
We don't talk about that one. So like on the bus, we kind of put it in the back. Like,
You are blowing it.
Hey, Tommy, I got a joke for you, bro.
We talk about Tommy McGrew, but all of those who are watching right now, if you don't stick around and watch, follow, subscribe, do all the things you do. We want to see you back here.
Buy Manscaped.
Buy Manscaped. They sponsor us. But more importantly, for those of you who recognize me and Carlos, of course, welcome back. I'm the Sammy, the Mexcellence. I've been doing this since I left Double Toasted. I miss all of you greatly. And if you want to follow me, be sure to
hair
follow.
is beautiful.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
of course.
thank you.
And so be
Manscaped.
sure to follow, do all the things, and now we are on to the show.
Yes.
Well, on the note of following and all that stuff, if you want to add me onto anything, just type JLMarco62 into anything, Instagram, Facebook, Words with Friends. I'll show up and go ahead and give me a follow. Sam, where can they find
You
you?
can find me at the Mexcellence on all forms of social media. Look at the name of the channel. That's how you can find me. Just search the Mexcellence on all forms of social media. Also on our Instagram. If you go right now, it says if you want a free shirt, I'm going to give away a free shirt if there's enough people. Only 3 people have done it, and 2 of them are related to me. So if you want a free shirt, we'll probably give away one right at the end of the show. So go ahead and just hit yes, and I'll pick one of the names and get you a free shirt. So until then, JJ.
Super Saiyan J is about to be the 4th one on there, and that's how you can find me, Super Saiyan JJ, on pretty much any form of social media.
He does use great conditioner.
Oh,
It's the 2-in-1 that comes.
I really want to touch his hair, but I'm like,
go for it.
Oh, shit. Oh, man, suave. Rico suave. Déjame. Like literally half of the audience. Yo, somebody call Amigra. This is too much. Yeah, hey, man, you can always follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and any social media under Carlos_The Passion.
Yeah, are you like religious? Is that like the religious passion or just what you like?
No, man, it's just that it's the best name I could come up with because I'm hyperactive. Because the web woof was too fucking racist.
Oh, that's right.
You remember?
I called you
gave
that.
me the web woof, and I'm like, that's a really good name. But then I thought about it, man, that's some racist shit.
Yeah, because you were super into Wakanda at the time.
Wakanda at
you
the
were
time.
like Wakanda forever, and Corey was like, "You're not even black," and I'm like, "Yeah, he's the wet wolf."
Yeah,
And-
dude, we don't have any like Mexican, like not Black Panther level superheroes.
Oh, you got the Falcon. The new Falcon is Mexican, though.
We're barely at Black Falcon.
You know, we have Black Falcon, Black Captain America, Woman Thor. Now then we have Mexican ancillary character.
Now we got
number
Miles
one.
Morales, but I keep debating with Corey who demographic gets that one.
It's a hard call because
We
the
got
thing
a
is,
Ghost Rider.
We do have a
we have
Ghost.
TV's Ghost Rider, and I'm not sure if he's even canon anymore.
He's the best Ghost Rider.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, before we get on this tangent, I want to throw something at you. They're filming right now Blue Beetle in Puerto Rico.
Oh,
they were
really?
asking for a cast member, but I am super worried because he's typically like a Mexican superhero, and like all his fans about Aztec and Maya.
Dude, he's the Mexican from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Exactly. Literally.
And he's like Peruvian. He's not even Mexican. He plays Mexican. No,
he's
Dude,
Mexican in the comic books.
Mexican in the comic books, but personally, he's some sort of Central American.
My whole
That's
fear
why
is-
everyone from El Salvador and Costa Rica hates Mexicans. It's like, I can't get away and not be called Mexican every time I walk around.
And all the Mexicans are fucking whatever. What's his name is
fucking Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
Yeah.
It's Guatemalan. It's like, oh, he's Latino. No, he's British and he speaks Spanish and he's.
It's a mix. It's like me. He's a
crazy
little bit of a
man.
mix. Yeah.
Anyway.
and my whole fear is that they might make him Puerto Rican for the movie. And
No,
I'm
they
like,
won't.
oh God, no.
They
Please.
can't. They won't. That being said, Namor is Mexican and they're gonna make him Aztec.
They brought up Namor in the chat.
And he's not like Aztec, but he's super racist and homophobic in real life. So I'm like, God dang
Yeah,
it.
they got the dude from Narcos. There was a reason why he played that character so well.
they caught him early as shit. It's like, yeah, he said a bunch of homophobic stuff. Here. I'm like, gosh,
Man.
shit, damn it.
That's like 50% of Mexicans, bro. Let's be real.
I like Mexican
know-
actors, not Mexicans, man.
No.
And
that's
I would
what
say Mexican older man.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
and
he's
machismo
elderly.
runs deep in Latino culture. And that's the same with Puerto Ricans, man. You know.
Doesn't make
That's why we like Dragon Ball.
because all the men are voiced by women. Right? All the
Not in
men-
Mexico.
gosh.
No, not in Mexico?
No.
I thought I thought that
No, that's
Japanese
Japanese.
version
In
was.
Mexico, they actually got proper fucking people. Like
proper gender. Okay, god damn. You know, like with women, they can't voice act.
Women's right. Carlos is right because they went to UFC gyms and we're like, you can fight. You're Goku. You're Vegeta.
like. That's fucked up. Someone's gonna take that you said and fuck me over.
Bro, that's like this whole job, man. This whole position is just.
Don't worry, dude. I said the most problematic thing. You're fine. So far, actually. I should add so far.
This is a character called the Mexcellence. Does not reflect Samuel Gonzalez
really me,
Enterprises. The independent murder for hire contract.
Ricardo's agreeing with me that it's like 50% of older Hispanic men are.
Oh, super bad. Yeah. Which is actually what we're talking about today. Also, can you guys see the chat there?
Yeah, we can see it.
Cool. There they are there. Hey, everybody. Oh, how many people we got here?
Man,
A lot of people stuck around. Appreciate for you sticking around. All the people that want to watch the show we're talking about.
What
Go
up?
ahead, Marcus.
We're talking about Tone Royal. No.
The world famous Tone Royal.
This is his fan club. I'm the biggest fan, man. Like that beer commercial. Wow.
You got a
fucking
mouthful
amazing.
of salt.
White women.
No, they did do a subtopic on the Black Excellence podcast where it was about LeBron James going out with a white woman for his prom, and and then it was actually just
Really?
actually
He
went
married
into
his high school sweetheart.
no, it's LeBron. I'm sorry, I meant to say Bronny,
Oh.
LeBron Jr. And yeah, he's called Bronny. It's weird, but no, they actually had a really good conversation about interracial couples, which is hilarious because like TJ's in one, and then Jordan wasn't, and then Tommy was last in one. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm technically an interracial couple. You know, so.
We'll talk about colorism.
Yeah,
later.
we can talk about colorism.
That was our second episode.
That's gonna
Okay, so for all of you new guys here at Más o Menos Mexicanos, basically what we do is we pick a topic. Like our last topic was diets and like how our parents set us up for failure.
How
So now-
top ramen is 2 servings. 1 pack is 2 servings.
So now we're here to talk about parents in general, just because Sam has this idea where it's like we ask a question. My question this episode, as we're going to talk in parents in general, is what's something that because me and JJ grew up in traditional households. I would say because you're second generation, third, like it's a completely kind of different experience.
Mm-hmm.
But we're here to cover all types of Latin experience, which is why Carlos is here.
Yeah, we always try to throw in somebody else of a different ethnicity to kind of contrast not only the Mexican experience but the world experience in general.
Exactly. So in this case, we're just going to talk about parents in general, and the overall or final conclusion question is: what's something that you did that it wasn't traditional to your culture, but at the end of it, you eventually won your parents over and was like, oh, that's actually kind of neat, and then you kind of saw it kind of fold into it in a way.
Wow, that's a deep question.
He didn't give you the footnotes?
No, fuck no, man. He just told me, show up, I need you. I'm like,
Yeah,
I was watching Kenobi with my girl. I told him, La Raza needs me. I just flew, man.
The signal came up. It's like Thundercats.
What is the Carlos symbol? Is it a wet wolf?
It's La Puerta.
It's La Puerta.
People need me.
I put it on my door. He found it somehow. It's very strange.
God damn it. Oh my god.
Who are the people that followed, by the way? You can see a list of them.
Yeah, a main chat.
Oh, it disappears on that screen for some reason.
Oh, I thought it appears. See, it appears.
Oh, there it
Art
is.
Moss,
Who was the last one before
Art
that?
City Studios and Daphne Mo Leander.
Oh, hell yeah. Welcome to the fold, everybody. Be excellent. But, La Puerta. He answered the call. I'll answer the question, though. Fucking this.
No, before that. We start with a different question.
Okay.
Oh, wait, that's the final question?
Yeah.
That is the final
So
question.
I already got an answer for that because it's
This one's pretty easy. Just describe your parents. How would you describe them in their representation of that culture? Ooh. So I can start first.
Okay, that's
I'll
fine.
give
Yeah,
an
I can
example.
start, yeah.
So,
fuck you, mom.
So my mom sucked.
I actually have a great relationship with my parents. But on that note, so my dad is a first-generation American. He is actually still a dual citizen. So sometimes I look at Mexico and I'm like, man, maybe I should go back.
Hey, man. It's not wrong entirely.
But he only spoke Spanish until he came here, and then everything. I mean, he literally grew up on the rancho. Is kind of a cowboy kind of thing.
That's awesome.
Spent a lot of time when I was little breaking horses and doing cowboy shit with him. And then my mom is a migrant worker. She's the second generation. My grandpa was crossed over, ironically. Well, not ironically, but illegally.
Undocumentedly.
Illegally. There was no papers. He was just like, I'm going to go work over there.
Every fucking European is here illegally, so let's use undocumented. Let's be honest.
There
yo.
you go. Yeah.
Let's keep it real.
Keep it real.
Yeah, see? Not that bad. But, yeah, so he crossed over, and then my mom worked as a migrant worker. So it's like my dad was on the ranch breaking horses. My mom was picking crops. And that's kind of, they grew up in a very traditional Tejano environment where it was not cumbias, but conjunto would be the type of music that they listened to and stuff like that. And then it was weird because I just grew up in that kind of thing. Like a Saturday night would be carne asada, random music. And then it wasn't until way later, which our second episode was actually music, I think.
Yeah,
but it was like, I looked back and I was like, oh man, like we did some pretty impactful things music-wise back in the day. But that is pretty much my background for my parents.
When you say impactful, you mean you and your family?
No, like
You mean
Tejano.
Tejano music in general.
music
I grew up in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Tejano music was
Tejano
fucking-
music, yeah. Even back in Puerto Rico, it's like, what the fuck is this?
Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó? Like,
That's Texas Tornadoes. Which
I know.
Is actually a white dude.
Yeah.
I know. Tex-Mex. That's what Tex-Mex music is about. Whatever. Yeah.
No, but Freddie Fender, he played on the Tonight Show. He was a Tejano artist in the 70s.
Sure.
Yeah. And like he looks like my fat Theo.
Santana's not Tejano, but I know he's
Chicano.
Chicano, yeah.
That's our.
But I fucking loved. Like I grew up with him, man.
Yeah, dude. In the 70s, this dude got so much play.
Oh yeah, I know him.
JJ, pick out your hair. Oh, you don't have curly hair. Get some curlers and get your hair that puffy, man. I believe.
You can tell Paco to do that. Paco, shit.
That's true.
Dude, his hair, look how straight it is.
I know. I'm just saying. With a lot of product and effort.
I couldn't do that hair even if I tried, man. Like
Oh,
I got that's.
COVID. Like, I wasn't trying. This just happened.
Oh, my shit gets curly. I use the military buzz cut that I used to know and just.
Dude, why is Slippin' Jimmy saying your symbol would be a rat?
Oh no, I don't know why. He maybe jealous that I'm Latino and sexy. Who the fuck knows? No, it's just that I fuck with Corey all the time. I just probably do stuff in double toasted that he might think I'm a
Slippin'
rat.
Jimmy, what are you on about? What are you on about? We don't have that here. We don't do that here at the Mexcellence, but we do it to you.
I never
to your
ratted
face.
out anybody that didn't deserve it. Let me make that very clear.
He literally
I thought you were coconut.
No, I'm coconut. If they cross me, then they get shit.
Then I'm plátano and I fuck him.
Yeah, fuck the man.
That's the
You don't
opposite
sell
of what
what
a
I
coconut
I mean, what?
Slippin' Jimmy is like, oh yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
I guess. But, and yes, episode 4 of Obi-Wan was not very good. Anyway, I guess, are you done? I can
I'm
elaborate.
done.
Yeah, I can elaborate. So mine's even a little more interesting in the sense that less movement, more so the border across my family for a big chunk of it. So I'll go to start with grandparents. Grandparents were native of South Texas. The border crossed them. Their history goes far back as to one of the islands here in South Texas, South Padre, has traces of my lineage from the Padre, who was adulterous with people who worked at the monastery. So that's our
what the fuck?
Yeah, so there's a priest of the South Padre Island.
Padre, yeah.
He's like this. There's a statue of him. He's got big ears and a big nose. He looks like my grandpa. So, yeah.
Wait, what?
So yeah, that the priest was unholy and fucked around with like servants and maids and stuff, and that's where
isn't that like every priest that we know of? Like,
it happens
so many
that
stories
way.
of those.
But the thing is, so that family has been there. That's like my mom's cousins, but that family's been there. It's just been there. Border crossed them. We were sure of it. Oh yeah, that guy.
That's just Jesus, bro.
No, South Padre Island. No, there's a priest. Look up priest statue, and it's just Jesus. And so
That's just Jesus.
you're right. No, it's not the statue though. And so then,
Jesus.
and so then my grandparents. My dad was born, or grandpa was born in Del Rio, Texas, and then my grandma, she lived in America. I think Arizona. They were traveling to Mexico to visit family. She was born in Mexico, reverse anchor baby. If you will.
Wait,
yeah.
She flew to
No,
Mexico.
they didn't fly, but they traveled to Mexico. Her parents were already citizens living in Arizona. She was my great grandmother was pregnant with my grandma. Had the baby in Mexico, so then she became a resident alien, which was the term. My dad read the paperwork and got his ass beat one time because he called her an alien. And so then my dad was born in Madera, California. They moved there, God's country, if you will. And my mom was born in South Texas. And then my mom, when she was like 8, moved to Fresno. My dad moved to Fresno when he was like 7. And they met in high school, and that's where I'm from, Fresno,
Dude,
California.
which one is
Oh,
it?
they're high school.
That one.
Also, they're high school sweethearts.
Kind of, yeah. So like my mom's oldest sister is the same age as my dad. So they all went to the same high school. My mom has 4 sisters and a little brother. So yeah, so it was like all the girls, and then my dad had a sister. He was friends with one of them. She was friends with one of them, and so yeah, he was just this short guy around the house, like scrawny. My dad was a tiny dude, like all the way through high school, like 5'2". I'm talking.
Wow.
And then his senior year, like halfway through, he propped up to 5'10", put on some muscle, and all these girls were like, "Who the fuck's that guy?" And it's like, "That's Gilbert, my dad." And they're like, "Wow, he's handsome." And then my mom noticed him, even though he was this little fucking dork that she would mess with like growing up. So, love. And so yeah, they're American as apple pie, if you will. And yeah. It's like the normal American upbringing in the 50s, 60s. Kind of that's where they came up. 60s mostly.
To answer a question in the chat, your dad never dated any of your aunts.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, he told me the story. He actually went down as to why he didn't pick any of my other aunts.
Okay. Because people are assuming like automatically like, hey man, did your dad date the entire lineage?
No,
or some shit?
no.
They did up the change and see. No. See.
My mom's the second oldest. My mom's the second oldest. He didn't get that far down if that were the case. But the oldest one was friends with his younger sister, who's only like a year younger. So it's just like, yeah, so that's how they met. Like, it's like the traditional American upbringing. Like there was nothing to it. My dad grew up on a farm, picked apples and apple crates and stuff when he was like 5.
Damn, literally, he was American as apple pie.
I was gonna say, I'm like, that's two in the nose.
He had goats and chickens and all that stuff. Grew up on a legit farm. My grandfather was he wasn't a migrant worker, but he'd go where the work was. So he did cotton. He picked cotton. He sheared sheep. That was his big thing.
God damn.
We still have his shears
That's
that he
hard
did by
work.
hand. Yeah. Nasty work, but he liked camping. He liked doing all that shit. And so he would just go.
God bless him.
He would leave at times just like, all right, I'm going to go get money, bye. And then he'd go work for the season or for good chunks of it. And then my grandparents on the other side, my grandma, she was a working woman. Like even in the 40s, she worked at like any small job she could get. And then my uncle did like fisherman stuff at one point.
So you would say your mom and dad, you describe them just as hard worker?
Hard workers. And then now, if you want to talk to it like culturally, do you remember the mom from Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yeah.
My mom is that plus a little bit of like Paula Deen, but not racist. That's how you describe my
Farm
mom.
in Massachusetts.
What happened?
Somebody owns a dairy farm, or their uncle owns a dairy farm.
Yeah, no, it's solid work. And then my dad, I don't even know how to describe my dad. Hard nosed, like son of the guy who worked hard, like who sheared sheep, right?
Stoic.
He's the oldest one. He's not real. He's goofy. They you know, like there's a part of Mexicans where there's so much sadness that you have to flip it. And I think my grandfather, I never met him. He died before I was born. Was a very sad and angry person. Just didn't have the tools to fucking understand it. 2 generations deep, you're like, oh, this is where the anger comes from.
Oh, that's called trauma.
It's trauma and you process it. But if you don't have the tools, you just make fucking jokes. So my grandfather was a crazy person, would joke around all the time. All of my uncles are crazy people, just the same. They're all very funny people.
I mean,
and
he
my
did
dad
go
is
through
too.
crazy times.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like, not like, oh, I can't date you, you're Mexican racism. Like,
I'll lynch your ass.
Yeah. Depression era and racism. 40s? Yeah. 30s?
Isn't that the best racism we all experienced somewhere in our families? Depression era racism.
Depression era racism. Yeah, it's all there.
if you go far enough on my side, you'll find genocide, so that's not great.
I can't even trace that far back, honestly.
You probably would too, because it's about the same time that your family left South Pod.
Yeah.
Because it's basically they were using the this is historical competence.
Yeah.
So the Mexican Revolution was happening in the 1910s. And then during it, they actually used it as a fear factor. I mean, Pancho Villa literally raided New Mexico. And so they were like, oh, these Mexicans are planning on taking Texas back. So one out of every third fighting El Mexican was lynched south of San Antonio. Oof. And then, I mean, that's why, like, when you say, like, my grandpa left, I was like, that timeline lines up. My timeline lines up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only reason why historically everything happened in Puerto Rico is more racism instead of fucking lynching is because we had our own little island where it's like, as long as you don't get out of there, just stay there. Stay there. Do not move. Or there will be consequences.
Right. It was like Oregon for black folk. We found out that Oregon had a thing where it's like, you can't be black or else we'll kick you out, but you have 30 days to vacate the premises. Also, but you show the picture. Yeah, that's what my grandfather looks like with a priest robe and a cross in his hand.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's weird history, man. It's a weird history. But anyway, America. JJ, I'll throw it to you.
My parents are immigrants, right? They were all... I'm pretty sure both my folks are from the same town. I actually don't know if my grandparents moved anywhere, like, within Mexico. I don't think they did. I think both my parents are from the same town, which is Piedras Negras, Eagle Pass's sister city on the Mexican side. And if I understand everything correctly, because my parents don't talk about their past a whole lot. But one time I did ask my mom, like, how did you and dad meet? And this is probably, like, one of my favorite stories about my dad. Was that my mom's family was a little more well-to-do than my dad's family. My dad's family were essentially migrant workers. They just worked across the border.
Right.
Okay. They didn't have to migrate that far.
Right.
They just had to swim.
Yeah, my parents had to go. Well, my mom's family had to go up to Montana, so pick potatoes.
Yeah.
Where work is, man.
Fuck.
Yeah. My dad's family just essentially worked, the ranches and the fields and picked everything. And then they just went back to Mexico, like, after the work was done. And that's where they lived. But, my mom told me that, but the thing was that my neighborhood was starting to get pretty bad. Like, there were gang fights and stuff. And this was before, it got really bad. And there was a murder every week. But it was still pretty bad. And she was like, I was worried about your dad, like, coming by to pick me up because, like, there were gangs in every corner. But, like, sure enough, he would show up, like, every time we had a date. He would, like, come by and pick me up and, like, nothing. And then one time he walked me back to my house, and there were some vatos congregating.
That's the only essential word.
Hey, plethora of vatos.
Yeah, there was just like vatos there.
You make them seem like they're creatures. It's
You know
like
what's funny is you think of creatures, and I know this is the wrong era, but I'm thinking of like little homies dolls. But, but in real,
they all look like that. No, the creatures are all wearing tall tees. And hey. Anyway.
Yeah, that's.
But no, yeah. And so my mom got like a little nervous, and then one of them like started walking over towards them, and she got really nervous, and my dad started talking to him. because he just made friends with all the gangsters that were in my mom's neighborhood.
Right.
That's how he made it by like every day with no problem.
Right.
Yeah. So that's my dad. My dad's comes off as stoic, and I've said before on the podcast that he just exudes the 70s. Like, I picture if the 70s were a person and Mexican, it'd be my dad.
It'll be that massive.
I'm thinking like Mexican Shaft for some reason. I don't know, like trench coaty.
You're not far.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of swagger, that's what I'm thinking about, right? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
you're
what his
not
hair
far.
is.
He still has, or at least the last time I saw him, he still.
It's Chewy.
He still had a
bad
full head of hair
motherfucker.
last time I saw him, and it was
Is
like-
it long curly or long or curly or fro?
It's long now. It's straight.
That's what I was about to say. He used to look like the Dos Equis most interesting.
Oh wow, that's
Kind
fucking
of
handsome,
told him-
man.
yeah.
That's fucking handsome.
Funny. You bring that up. My uncle, his younger brother, got back into like the dating scene around like the early 2010s. So he started dating online, and he didn't have like a picture of himself that he could upload onto the site. So he's like, "Oh, but I got that picture of Chuy." So he uploaded a picture of my dad. He catfished his wife.
That's fucking awesome. We just share the same DNA. We're not the same person, but we share the same DNA. So you got the great value me,
To be fair, like they do kind of look a lot alike. My dad just has like more grays,
Right.
than my uncle. But I mean, yeah, like you can tell. Like as soon as she met him, she's like, "That's not you." But
I would hate to be like, "Yep, that's my brother." That's such a weird thing to admit. Like, if he's my brother, has a full head of long hair. He's graying. He's got a great mustache, and he's skinnier than I am. That'd be a fucked up situation for them, man. My brother looks like the dude from the long-haired Middle Eastern dude from The Mummy. That's what my brother looks like.
the dude that guards him.
He has the falcon and shit. Yeah. my brother looks like that with gray hair, like a little bit of gray hair thrown in there. Like that's where he's
be the
at.
Magi.
So yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Magi. So beautiful.
Kind of like that. Like that guy mixed with Bruno from.
So how the fuck do you get those genes, man?
We got the inverse. He gets long hair. I get no beard. He gets a great mustache. I get shitty mustache. I get great beard. He gets patchy beard.
somebody had
we
to
both.
get-
I get taller. I'm taller than him. I'm bigger than him.
I always make this comparison.
He's a longer runner than I can.
and it's not like disrespectful either or. It's just like twins. They got different opposite.
Right.
genes.
Opposite. Right. We're like a video game 2-player
It's like
co-op.
Arno and DeVito.
Kind of more balanced.
More balanced,
a little
more
bit,
balanced.
right? You know.
Well, yeah, you were raised by the same parents. That's the difference.
That didn't make him shorter.
It might have.
I don't know if that
Nature
works.
versus nurture.
Right. And I don't get, and your sister's a tall, and she's pretty like broad and muscular too. She works out. I don't know how your tiny parents made both of you.
My
That's
dad-
nothing. Alfred, my mom grew up with Alfred's mom, Bear's mom.
Yeah. Well, the guy's name's Bear for people who want to reference.
And I told her that like, oh no, yeah, that's Alfred's mom. Like I forget
What
how
her
it
name is.
came up, but
Yeah.
like yeah, her name, she's Patty, and she's like, wait, Patty what? And then like, I think she dropped me off at Alfred's house one time, and she saw her, and I was like, no way, it's her. It was just like, we grew up in the same neighborhood. Like she was tiny. How the fuck did Alfred come out of her?
But that's keeping it real, man.
That's you know what? It's
real.
the fucking hormones in the chickens, man. I gotta tell you. I think, man. I think it's those goddamn.
Well, they also
hormones
had
in
a
the chicken.
super shitty diet. My parents like literally lived off beans and tortillas.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
my dad's diet.
And spam.
And spam.
Spam.
My dad,
I fucking
dude,
hate
I get
spam.
so mad at my dad because my dad was like 5'7", 5'8", and could dunk because he was so strong and like buff and stuff. His diet was Milky Way candy bar, bag of barbecue Doritos, glass Coke.
To be
That's
fair,
all he ate.
Their Milky Ways are made with real chocolate then.
I know.
Cacao,
Cacao.
at least has something.
And their
It's not-
potato chips were made of potatoes.
Yeah, it's not syrup.
High fructose, yeah.
high fructose shit.
But anyway, how are your parents though?
One thing I'm going to show real quick is like, so when we say Eagle Pass and Piedras are close, that's how it looks on a map. And that's how it looks in real life.
You can see my house right there.
Literally,
No
JJ's
mames.
house is like about right there.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. So where was the the lechuzas. Where was their domain? Because you guys have talked about
different area.
That's a different area. Yeah.
This is La Llorona.
Oh, that's right.
Llorona,
yeah.
No,
because she drowns you in the river, so that's where La Llorona lives.
We did a show where we talked about like local cryptids and like
I saw that show,
Mexican mythology.
I remember.
And like fucking Eagle Pass.
Was your boy Tom Rowe on that show? On that,
No,
on
he
that
wasn't.
episode? Because he always talks about La Lechuza. How
He's
it
never
freaking-
been on this show.
Oh, you never been in?
He's never been on
what
this
a fucking
show.
rat. I mean, what?
He was on one remote one, like in the early days of COVID.
Right. Fuck him.
We love you, Tom.
We don't remember
he was
COVID.
just a voice too. Like I don't
Yeah,
think
he's never been on camera. He doesn't want to be seen with us.
But the point is, Eagle Pass is a Scooby-Doo ghost town with many places where spooky monsters can get you. And I just wanted to visualize.
At least we got the chupacabra in Puerto Rico, and then you fuckers took it over.
No, the motherfucker swam across and started fucking with our goats.
He's like, I'm going to a better place. This place is too fucked up, man.
There's more goats in California and Tijuana.
Yeah.
That was not a
He shotgun that shit, bro.
Oh my god. Hi everybody, welcome to the Manscaped Dad. I'm Sammy Gonzalez, aka The Maxcellence. This and many of our shows here are brought to you by Manscaped. Did you know that 40 million people, over 4 million people, 40 million, where they're working on it, have joined the Manscaped community, and we are definitely a big part of the Manscaped community. They have sponsored us for quite some time now. They just renewed our contract, and they have a plethora of options available, so you can go check out manscaped.com. That's manscaped.com. If you use coupon code MEX20, you can get 20% off and free shipping off of your entire order in this America. Oh my God. That's such a deal. Now, when they first started the relationship, they gave us the Performance Package 4.0, which came with the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker, the Crop Preserver, the Crop Reviver, the Magic Mat, the Shed Travel Bag, the Manscaped Boxers. I just bought me a 3-pair of the Boxers using the coupon code MEX20 because those things do not chafe. I went to Disneyland. My balls were fine. My thighs were fine. Big boys, big ladies. They're good for the thigh chub rub. So you can get all these Manscaped products, and then of course they gave us the other packages, the ultra premium packages with the shampoo and conditioner, the body wash, the hydrating body spray, the deodorant, and the lip balm. So keep everything moist and dry and all sorts of delightfully scented, and fuck off with parabens, right, JJ?
Yeah.
Parabens can fuck off because there's no parabens in most of these things, if not all of them. I didn't check all the labels. I don't have that kind of time. But Manscaped.com. Be sure to use coupon code MEX20 for 20% off. Father's Day is coming up. There's also a limited time deal there, and there's other things that are coming out. And very soon, we are going to do a giveaway of one of their bigger packages. They actually just sent it on their way, so it is coming, and we'll give you away. It comes with like these two things here. It comes with these two things here. I believe it comes with the underwear, and it comes with the Lawnmower 4.0. So if you want that stuff, be sure to be in touch with the Maxcellence. Follow the Maxcellence, and be sure in the meantime to use coupon code MEX20 for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Manscaped. JJ, what happens when you use Manscaped?
Your balls will thank you.
Your balls will thank you. We'll be right back after these messages or continue with the show whenever I edit this in. It's fine. I always change it up. Bye now. Yeah.
So my history, where to start? My mom was born.
Alexander Hamilton.
Even though he's a white dude from the Indies. No, so my grandma and my mom were both Puerto Rican New Yorkers. My mom was born in New York. There's a lot of discrepancy with my family because to your whole thing with your dad, my grandma used to be a hooker in Brooklyn. So literally, this is true.
Wait, your grandma?
My grandma used
Okay.
to, she passed away years ago. I never got to meet her.
Okay.
And my mom never talked about her. And one day she's like, listen, I gotta tell you how it is. So your grandma used to be a hooker for money. That's how my grandpa met her because she was like a client. Then she had my mom, and my grandma knew that she can, like, I'm a hooker. I can't take care of a fucking kid, right?
Right.
So my grandma put her up for adoption because, according to what my mom told me, she thought she would have a better life in the States than in Puerto Rico. Turns out a Puerto Rican couple flew to New York, adopted her, and brought her to the island. It's fucking bullshit. I want to say that straight.
Wait. So there was a New York adoption agency right? Is what she ended
the
up
New York
at.
one, yeah.
Puerto Ricans came to New York and
They took a baby from there, then brought the baby back to Puerto Rico. And I'm like, ain't that fucking bitch, mom? You got the worst fucking luck.
Right?
Yeah, so my mom technically just grew up in Puerto Rico, and she flies to New York and flies here to see me, and she doesn't know a lick of fucking English. I'm like one of the few members of my family that knows English. And I'm also one of the few males that actually graduated college. That's another thing, because not a lot of them graduated college. I have aunts and uncles, and then you have my dad that I don't have a really good relationship with my dad. My dad is still part of me. I love him to death, but we always have fights. We have arguments. He was borderline abusive to my mom. And I still remember a lot of those things, and it was really hard to forgive. And I always try all my life to forgive him, but every time that I give him like the olive branch of, hey man, he does something really fucking heinous. And
like Will Smith in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
No, not
like
that point, man. Not that point.
He doesn't come back and promise you camping trips?
Well, he did it when I was growing up. When I was growing up, he would promise a lot of shit, and he wouldn't do it. Because I understand a lot of it. He was a trucker back in Puerto Rico.
Nate Forrest.
Nate Forrest, fuck your story real quick. Nate Forrest, we appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Follow, fuck his story. I'm kidding, fuck with you.
So, my grandpa and most of my father's generation of males, if they were not working in the countryside, in the mountains, and they rode horses, they had farming shit, they were all truckers, right? Old school fucking truckers. So, my mom and dad were never married. They got drunk and they had me. That's pretty much how it goes. That was just the biggest accident forever. The cool thing is that I think my dad is still alive, and I haven't talked to him like in 3 years.
Where is he?
In Puerto Rico. They're all in Puerto Rico because I have family in New York and Florida, but they were born there, so they grew up there. And the only person that I know from my family that actually flew and just left all that is a cousin of mine. Everybody else is still there because they don't want to leave. They're like, this is what we know, and we're just going to stay here because we don't want to learn a new language, even though in Puerto Rico, you're supposed to learn English. Yeah. But education is so fucking shitty that half of the people is like, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Where is the library? That's pretty much it.
That's much Spanish I know, so that's fine.
No, that's fucked up, but they got passed. Get the fuck out. Yeah, you got work.
Nate's actually talking Spanish in the chat, so I'm glad I told him hi.
Hola. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
So, yeah.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Yeah, so my whole thing with my dad hit a major point where I had COVID when the first wave of COVID hit and almost killed me. And during this whole process, my dad accused me of not having COVID, of lying because COVID wasn't real, and I was in this point in the hospital. Yeah, shit. So it got into really bad things, and I literally. This is true. He started messaging me that my mom was a whore and stuff like that. And I always have.
Excuse me, my grandmother was a whore.
Yeah,
let's get it right.
Get it right. Dios no. Forgive me.
Hey,
for that joke. So what I did was that I screenshot and recorded all those conversations and posted them and sent it to the WhatsApp from the family. So the family, everybody saw it, and all of a sudden, like, it was a shitstorm because I had at one point in my life, my dad said that was legitimate and I shouldn't get any type of child support and stuff like that. Even when I hit university, when I was 18, it's like, I'm not gonna give you child support because you're a man. If you want to go to college, you gotta work for it. And I'm like, yeah, cool. I can't do that while I study. I gotta do either one. So which one do you want? If I want a better future, I gotta go to college because they ain't shit here in Puerto Rico if I don't go to college. And I even took him to court and all that bullshit, right? So my whole thing with him has been very complicated. But, life has given me great parental figures. Like, the closest thing that I had to a dad has been 2 men. An uncle that I love him, very religious person, but sadly passed of cancer around 2007, I want to say. Damn. Amazing person. And the other one is one of my mom's best friend that for the longest time was a closet gay man. But me and my little ass, when I was little, it's like, you got really smooth hands, and I want no.
That was the takeaway.
I fucking figured it out. I figured it out in front of my mom, and I asked him, man, you're gay. And I didn't, just by looking how he dressed, how clean he was, it's like, you're not like the other dudes. And my mom was very Catholic at this point in her life. Yeah. And this shook my mom. Like, oh my God, how can you be gay? Gays are going to hell. And I'd have to tell, like, Mom, it's okay. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And my mom was like, oh, what? what? And I'm like, yeah, don't you know? Like, everybody's sucking and blowing in school, There's
What?
Because I used to go to a private school, and there was a lot of things that you would see in the bathroom with little boys because I used to go to a Catholic school.
What the fuck, dude?
Yes, dude.
Kind of buried the lead in that sentence right there.
No,
Like, wait,
I'm not like that for real. Like.
I mean, for Carlos, it was pretty normal. It sounds pretty
fucking normal, right? For me, it's normal.
No, but like you're talking about like private school. Like I didn't even put you went a lot of blowing people. Catholic private school, right? Like, no, Catholic private school. Then you build up to that.
No. But the whole thing was that this is 90s. This is also 2000. This is a time where you see
Ricky Martin exists.
You see a lot of people a lot of people just being more in touch with their sexuality, and they start having pride parades in Puerto Rico. And for me, that was like, oh, this is normal because I have really good friends in high school that told me, listen, we're bros. We play basketball. We go to the swimming teams. We shower together. I'm gay. I'm not gay for you, but I got to.
Right.
I'm gay.
And you're like, why not?
Well, first off, I'm very handsome.
First of all, hey.
Second
of all, that's fine.
But second, I was like whatever, right? But this in Puerto Rico is very taboo. And one of the things that I always have fight with my dad. My dad used to call me it's the pato. And I don't know if you know pato.
Duck.
Duck, yes, but in Puerto Rico it's slang for faggot. So my dad used to call me "it's little faggot" when I was growing up, and that
Pato chiquino.
Yeah, so right? That's the Mexican way, and it used to fuck with me until one day I told him, like, if you, like, I was like 13, if you ever call me that again, I will bust your jaw open. And that literally was a catalyst of how my dad is, and still is, because my dad, I don't know if he left that, but to this day I hear him say that word like it's like nothing. I'm like, God damn, dude.
Right, in this day and age, right? And it's like, yeah.
Man,
it's so crazy. And by the way, we're using the word for context.
It's context, guys.
Remember,
it's not me. It's like I gotta give you context. I'm explaining who my dad is as a person. Okay,
which we didn't realize was. I didn't even know this about you. So this episode was a little bit of a blindside.
No. You told me we're gonna be talking about Latinos, our parents. I'm like, I got you, motherfucker. Shit. I'm coming to play.
It's gonna be a good episode.
And then we switch it to my mom, and my mom is the complete opposite. My mom is a teacher, university woman. I think the second woman in her family to graduate college that we know of, because we still think I have aunts and uncles that we don't know of because of my grandmother. We think some of them are even in Cuba, to be honest. That's how worldly my grandmother used to be.
I like that word, worldly.
Worldly, yes, the best way you can.
What if you had Mexican cousins?
Who the fuck knows, man? I might
That'd
actually
be terrifying for you.
Yeah, yes, it would be terrifying. And to this day, my mom is my hero. She fought for me. I've been having rough times in between jobs, and she's always asking for me. She got indebted when I developed fibromyalgia, when I almost died because of COVID. Like, she is. We have our difference. She's a strong-willed woman. She doesn't take shit from nobody. We have gotten into fights. She has beaten my ass with la chancla, el cinturón, with everything. Even a fucking plate of food she threw on me.
What's the Puerto Rican word for extension cord?
Extension cord? Extension cord. Okay. I don't know which one. I forgot, man.
I don't know what the Mexican word is.
The Mexican word. Cable. I just know cable.
I know I got hit by it, but
it was like fucking Indiana Jones, like.
El extension cord.
El extension cord, yeah.
That's probably actually what it was.
Yeah, my mom to this day, I talk about this, and my mom is really ashamed of this because she used to get blind with fury. She was so mad because her biggest fear is that will always end. Yeah, cable extension. Yes, right. The biggest fear my mom always had is that I will be like my dad.
Right.
So she was overly protective sometimes, overly too strong with me. And there was points that we caused rift, and I think the biggest rift we ever had in our life is during the hurricane. My grandmother passed away.
Right.
And we had a big fight because I had to take her reins of doing a bunch of work during the hurricanes and driving everybody, doing logistics, helping my aunts. And it got to a point that my mom was so depressed because of her death, but it was like a life or death situation during the hurricane, and I said some really mean things to her, like why the fuck are you not doing this? I know she died, but I need you right now. And she wasn't working, and that's the moment I'm just leaving the house. And that's when I left here to Austin. I just left without.
And Corey became your new daddy.
No, Corey, my relationship with Corey is amazing, but I see him more as a big brother now.
Of course.
Not as a fucking, no, but let me get that clear. Not as a father figure, because Corey and me, we've gone through a lot of similar shit, but the same way that I've seen shit that he hasn't is vice versa. Yeah. And we do help each other, but it's not that way of guide me. Like for business, sure, but for personal shit, I got other people in my life that for personal shit, you know?
Yeah, which is in honor of the people from Double Toasted joining us right now.
Yes. Stop some names in there.
Occult Stuff followed us, and then someone that asked for you by name, Honey 6-6789 asked for you by name.
Me?
Yeah. She said, "Hey, Samuel."
Who's the what? Where?
Honeybee 789.
This is same.
Oh, I thought it said Samuel. I just thought they misspelled it. I was like, I misspell his name all the time too.
Samuel. No.
Somebody said that this way I might be cousins with J-Lo.
Shit!
The whole thing is that I did my because of my heritage. My girlfriend gifted me 23andMe.
It's Puerto Rico, just like everything.
No, it was so fucking amazing because it literally went to West Indies, to Canary Islands, to fucking South Africa, and then it shoot a little bit like south of Spain. Then it went directly to Puerto Rico. It was.
Dude, I was hoping the way you started, you were just gonna keep naming islands, like Canary Islands,
Aruba,
Bahamas, Pretty Mama, Key Largo, Montego, fucking Kokomo.
It was literally that motherfucking thing because like the whole thing is that
you're a beach boy.
No, it was literally it's the closest descendants that I got. My two parents are very close in descendancy and that type of thing. It's like, oh shit, they're literally pirates. They were buccaneers.
Right. Like it had to at some point.
Yeah,
you're talking about West Indies? Yeah, that's literally
it had to. But
pirate times.
The thing that always blew my mind when we were doing all that shit, it was like it was never like south of Spain, like Portugal. I'm like, I'm definitely Portugal. No, it's like bottom of the South Africa. And the thing that I went is like, well, that's where they kept either the slave or the people that committed very heinous crime. Because the people that colonized the New World, for you that do not know, there were criminals, rapists. They were the worst of the worst. They were not buccaneers. They were not good people. Because when Columbus comes there, Spain only gave them the worst of the worst. He did not have a good crew.
He's like, they're gonna die anyway.
Exactly. So they gave him the worst that Spain could have. So I'm like, oh shit, probably it was one of those rapists was my great forefather. Fuck.
Shit.
Well, I mean, No, that's not Puerto Rico. It's Cuba, Haiti. That's where the Taínos are from.
Yeah.
No. Well, Taínos are also from Puerto Rico because Taíno is Puerto Rican. Is everybody there in that chain of bigger islands? They're all Taínos.
Because they talk about Taínos being like these really gorgeous, like 6'4" people and things.
Almost
like,
Amazonic. Yeah. And then they got wiped out, and very much of their whole history and culture got fucked. You know, like there's almost barely any left.
Yeah,
and what was
there's
left,
stories of like mass suicide because it was better for them to die. I mean, when Columbus was making you wear your hands around your neck.
Yeah, my mom is a history teacher, and she showed me so much dark shit. She did masters in that fucking shit, and it scarred me. And I was still in high school, and I told him this is like looking at the fucking Schindler's List.
Movie?
No, not the movie. The event. The
Holocaust.
The Holocaust.
Yeah, it's like looking at the Holocaust because there's no pictures at that point, but there's so many paintings. There's so many drawings of it, and you're like, holy shit, this is mass destruction, you know?
Yeah.
But you know.
I mean, I go back to my history. I look at my last name and stuff, Gonzalez. Mm-hmm. It's Visigoth, which is when fucking, was it? I forget what portion, but they took over Spain for a bunch of time. They got kicked out, and then they came back. And
they're just
like,
barbarians. They were all over the place.
And like there's Moorish, and that's why I have a hairy chest.
Yeah,
makes
Moorish
no fucking sense.
Like
that's why I'm 6'4" and I look like a Middle Eastern dude. Because the Spanish got fucking mixed up, and then the Spanish were like, fuck it, we'll go to Mexico.
I just tell people that at the point that they started colonizing the New World, there were
more. Were the Pillarmen from JoJo?
Google that for me so I can know.
Oh my god, who the fuck said that?
God. The Pillarmen.
We got a smarter audience over here.
That's fucking perfect, man. Shit. God damn, I should have said that. Yeah, because at one point there were more Arab dudes and people in fucking Spain than fucking Arab themselves. You know, it's like colonized all that shit.
They are very pretty though. The pillar.
Yeah. So yeah, my relationship with my
Oh my god! And those are the Tainos of the Puerto Rican island.
Yeah, because Tainos were think of The Rock, but just a little bit leaner. That's really what they are.
Shit, like skinny Samoans.
Yeah, just skinny Samoans. If you see photos of them, because Samoans are just known for being girthy and just being, I will fuck you up.
Right.
They had the same figure, but just a little bit slimmer because the other tribes around there were cannibals. I forgot the name of them, but they were cannibals, and that was the whole war back in the day between cannibals and them. And
Cannibals and don't eat people, please.
don't eat people, yeah. And the fucking Tainos didn't know how to fight. They were just evolving. They were just learning because, according to historians, the descendant of Mexicans and all those, native are actually people from Taino land. Because literally, if you follow the history,
Talking about prehistoric wise.
yeah.
I think he means the Olmecs, which was the culture before the Aztecs and before the Mayans.
That culture right there went all the way to Chile to the very end, then went back, then found its way through Mexico and all that shit. And they said, man, there's some islands there. They looks dope. It has coconut. It might have a monkey or two that might taste great. I'm going there. And they went there, but they never fully stabilized to a point where you had like this aqueducts, pyramids. They just have fucking hammocks, but they don't need anything like that because they got caves and hammocks.
They're beating off cannibals. Like they have to kill the cannibals first.
Yeah, but you would think they will evolve their warfare a little bit more if they're fighting cannibals. But then the Spanish came.
There's no iron deposits in Puerto Rico, are there?
That's
the thing that people always forget about colonization and stuff. It's like, how come Africa didn't do it? Because they don't got iron. They don't have copper. They don't have those types of things. They have lithium, which doesn't work until the future.
They were fighting with glass.
Yeah,
obsidian.
That's what we had. That was our thing.
The only thing that we had, and we had such a large depository, it was gold.
Right.
Because it was said that gold would literally just flow down the river because we used to have a volcanic island. And the Spanish went like, I like this. I'm going to take it all.
Right.
And they exploited that, and then it was all gone.
And that's why your parents are your parents. We went all the way back to prehistory, which is interesting, but like... That's another episode, yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to feed these tangents when they're going well. But when it goes back to the main topic, the next question.
Or do we want to take a commercial break and then...
I'm going to ask the next question.
Clean break.
Okay. Because we should go faster now.
Oh, yeah.
We've introduced our parents. And then it's just like, what is something culturally that your parents gave you that allowed you to kind of find success? Like a good thing, basically. What's a good thing your parents taught you? That's a fast way to say it. So for my thing, it would be, and this is going to probably be common, so sorry guys, you're going to need to pick something else, and it's persistence, because my parents are not very smart when it comes to a lot of Americanized type things, let alone that we grew up in the 90s, early 90s, late 00s, where it's like the internet had just become a thing. Yeah. Like my parents didn't know how to help me Google things, like as simple as that is for us now, like, or even how to connect the internet or go through internet problems, but everything like that mindset of just like, I'm going to keep fucking with it till I get it right. That's what my parents taught me.
Ooh, that one's hard. Because if it's not that, right? Because my thing, I'll take it this way, and this will be kind of a standpoint I can take that's different than everybody else, is they emphasized English as a language. Now, you can say what you want about colonization, all that stuff, white supremacy, patriarchy, all that stuff. My dad, as smart as he was, Spanish was his first language. And that sounded weird in that way. As smart as he was, goddamn Spanish. No, he was a smart kid growing up, but his first language was Spanish in the 1950s. And what ended up happening was they didn't have the resources to give him the education he needed, so they put him in special ed. Now, mind you, that was just because they didn't have anybody who spoke the language. So he recognized that right away and was like, oh shit, I don't want to put my kids at a disadvantage. The other thing that he also emphasized was about education was because he ended up going to a pretty good high school, and he had another high school that was more technical, that was a little more college prep. And he had a friend that went there, and his high school, they go, yeah, you're going to be like a civil engineer, like a city engineer at best. Like you're going to just work in the city and never do anything more than that. Now, mind you, my dad liked tinkering with computers, still does, built his own computer when he was like 55, like his first one anyway, and plays games. He's a hardcore gamer, all that stuff.
Hello.
Hi, out there. They said, okay, well, yeah, you do that. You're just going to be like a janitor and you're going to do that. But then his friend, who was dumber than him, had resources and was like, look, we're going to get this kid to go to, I believe it was UCLA, and that guy ended up going to UCLA, and he's like an engineer now. But my dad was smarter than him and had a hunger for technology. And so he was like, learn English and always know the new technology, always be aware of it. And he didn't quite understand like coding when it came to be like during the MySpace era, but if he understood that was where things were going, he would have drilled that in me. And I know that for a fact. And then, but yeah, the English thing, which was take the hardest English classes, learn English as well as you can, as good as you can, I almost said, as well as you can, because it makes everything easier. And his argument was, what?
You dumb motherfucker.
Yes. Clearly that didn't work. I learned English good.
You didn't learn shit.
No, but
So those classes were really fucking hard, huh?
But his thing was, and his premise, and the reason why I say it as such and why it is important was because this was his viewpoint, and that people don't understand. But when I say it like this from the guy it's coming from, a kid born in the 50s, the game is played in English.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. The game is played in English. You could be a great mathematician. You could be a great scientist. You could be a great, historian. But if you don't know how to relay it properly in the language that is most dominant in this country, it won't mean a damn thing. Yeah. So you have to learn English, and you have to learn it well. And you have to learn to speak clearly. He didn't have an accent by the time I was alive, but I've never had an accent because of that. It was always like we talked white, if you will, and I've been accused of that, quote unquote.
You do.
I do. I don't have an accent. I don't have your accent.
No.
And I know it's given me advantages that I don't even recognize. My lighter skin and my clear voice. I know a cop has been disarmed by the fact that I look the way I do and speak the way I speak. I had a cop in Santa Barbara put the hand on the holster walking up to my car. I said, "Hi, how you doing?" Completely disarmed. So that thing saved me a lot of trouble. And that sounds kind of racist, but
it's not, man.
In a racist society. We're in a 1950s
It's
upbringing.
a realistic thing. It's being realistic.
Right. In a 1950s society going into a 90s, early 2000s society, it's something that ended up paying off, even though I wish it didn't have to. But that's mine.
JJ?
Sort of similar to both of yours. I think the thing that my dad instilled in me really hard was self-reliance.
Oh,
because so I mentioned earlier when I was talking about like their history, my dad was, for all intents and purposes, a migrant worker. Mm-hmm. And all of their family, all of his brothers and sisters and my grandparents worked the fields and picked stuff. My grandparents didn't own a car. Mm-hmm. So my dad was like, this is bullshit. I don't want to keep picking stuff.
Right.
So he
it's hard work, man.
Yeah.
He hung out with the dude that drove the truck. He's like, this dude's got a cushy gig. So he's like, I hung out with him, and I would still pick and everything, but whenever he needed like an extra set of hands to like help him unload, I'd be like, I'll come with you.
Moving up.
Yeah, no. And he's like, I learned how to drive by watching him. Like, no one taught me how to drive. No one was there to teach me.
Right.
Even if like my parents could afford a teacher, like they weren't going to spend that money to teach one kid to drive.
Right. Yeah.
So he's like, so I learned how to drive for myself. And like, he would always tell me things like that. Like, my dad knows how to do a lot of things. He's really handy. And he's like, I had to learn all that myself. Like,
Right.
So yeah, this is something that he would always like drill into me and tell me, like, no one taught me. So
I'm not going to teach you, pendejo. Get out of here.
He was always, my dad, bless his heart, was always a very bad teacher because he's very impatient. Like,
yeah, well, because he taught himself, and in the time frame of learning gets shrunk to knowing it.
Yeah,
I assume that's my dad kind of too.
Like, every like Mexican kid has that story of like helping your dad with like fixing something, and he'd be like, get me the Phillips head screwdriver, and you're like, here's a ratchet.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what the fuck each tool is.
Right.
Well, I had to learn them in 2 fucking languages. So he's like, give me a desarmador. And I'm like, okay,
is that anything
that's
like
the screwdriver.
La chingadera, is anything like that? It's like, that's not a thing.
El cojito ese, que es así.
It just became a series of noises and clicks.
That's not the right name. That happened to me, yo.
But he would always like the stereotypical story of like I would bring back the wrong tool or the wrong size or whatever, and I was like,
I was about to say like the measurements would be really tough at that point.
Because you're also converting to metric and
metrical APS. Metric to feet was the nightmare I always lived with.
Tráeme uno de 7 octavos, and I would bring him like a 3/16. I don't know what any of these fractions are in Spanish. I'm going to school in English, Dad. I learned English not from you. I did what you told me to. I learned English by myself from watching cartoons, and now you're throwing like math at me. That's numbers.
I'm not even in that grade yet. There's actually a good comedian, Freddie Soto, has a great bit about that, right? Where he's like, "Mijo, go find me the thing next to the side on the left by the middle." It's like, what? Where is it?
Yeah, see, I would have understood that way better than 7 octavos. Like, I don't know what that is.
My grandpa is old school mechanic. He used to do all the service for his own trucks because they used to have like 18 wheelers in my family, and they used to haul gasoline around the island. So on Sundays, I used to help them, repair shit. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? But I used to have the same fucking problem about, they're teaching me feats in school because there's a conversion right here in Puerto Rico, but you still use fucking, metric.
Was Puerto Rican metric?
At one point, yeah.
Okay.
So we went backwards. That's fucking stupid.
Occult stuff dropped something that is universal with everybody, every Hispanic I know. Fucking learning.
Wait, it's restarting. Did he tell you it was restarting?
I think so. I just did this part.
He's gone forever.
Going back. He's still here.
Bullshit.
Learning English from cartoons is just old reliable. Like,
yeah. There's a ton of friends.
Cable TV, baby.
Not even PBS. A lot of my friends.
We didn't get PBS.
Plaza Sesamo.
Yeah, we didn't get PBS either.
I had Plaza Sesamo, but I had Mexican Plaza Sesamo. So it wasn't Big Bird. It was Eduardo.
It was the green one, right?
Yes. It was fucking awesome because they got the big titty lady right there.
Yeah.
And then you should be B, C. And I'm like, my ABCs. Yeah. Like,
Hey, what big titty lady?
Oh, you didn't get her in.
I didn't get her. I had Maria.
Oh, no.
And
We got
Jeff
something better
or
than yeah, man. We got this like cocoa butter lady. Oh, amazing.
Cocoa butter lady.
Shit, man. I'm more in tune with the Mexican side.
Oh, Plaza Sesamo. I didn't have.
Sesamo,
I had Big Bird. Like
Eduardo. I still remember.
But no, I had a lot of friends that had to learn from PBS. That's really what it was. Mr. Rogers and stuff like that. And so there's actually two that come to mind. It was both Jesuses. It was Jesus Diaz and Jesus Barragan, if I remember. And one of them didn't speak a word of English. Like, we would talk to him and he'd be like, see? And I remember him being like rail thin, really tiny dude, right? And we would talk to him in full sense. He hung with us. But I'd be like, what do you think, Jesus? See? And
Jesus like the coolest person to hang out with.
Yeah, Jesus, he was super cool. Yeah, because
He's down for whatever.
Yeah. And Jesus Barragan was an asshole because he's
like, bro, you want to rob this store? And he's like, see, down, bro.
He's mad. He used to be like, let's go home.
Well, Jesus Barragan was like mean. He was like he spoke Spanish and he had known more English, but he was mean in both Spanish and English.
Yeah,
so fuck
that's
that
how
dude.
it happens.
You know,
It happens.
But Jesus Diaz was just like, see, and I'm like, fuck yeah. And I think, and I swear to
How hard is it to learn Spanish from the family? You don't learn good Spanish.
You don't learn
No,
good
you
Spanish.
don't learn good
You can't take a Spanish class using familial Spanish.
All right. So, funny story about me. My dad never liked like calling us stupid. Like he never called us menso and
Estupido.
yeah, none of those words. But he still felt like we deserved it from time to time. But instead of calling us stupid, he just made up a word and he would call us menchaco. It wasn't until I was like in 7th fucking grade that I found out that's not a fucking word.
That's so loving. That's so loving. That's like, I want to call you a fucking dumbass, but I don't have the heart to tell you that, so I'm gonna lay low with this one.
Yeah.
Wow, it shows a lot of heart. No, it shows compassion and patience, man. Because my mom used to call me retard.
If I was trying to get him a tool, no.
My mom, I know retard is not like it's not used whatsoever.
Not the word
It's not the
anymore.
word right now. But when because I learned English at such a young age due to just cable TV, because we didn't grow up with cable. So what we would do, we would steal cable in the neighborhood from somebody that had cable that was way well off than us. So we used to steal their cable, and I used to see everything, man. Like I saw RoboCop when I was 5, shit like that on HBO. I saw Skinner Max when I was 6. I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome.
I didn't get the porn channels, but definitely my parents were not like avoidant of violence because they're like, we grew up in violence.
Yeah, no, exactly. My mom saw me watching RoboCop, and she would say, "Oh shit, we got RoboCop on. That's dope." And she was just go, "I gotta work 2 jobs, so good luck."
I think I watched Terminator 2 like probably the most of the ages between like 5 and 8.
They showed it to him like my kindergarten class because it was all Mexican.
What was it? Tremors. There's 3 movies that are fucking Tremors and Jaws. And Jaws has a special relationship with me because it's the only movie that I have ever bonded with my dad. Because my dad...
Because scary shark scary.
No, because the thing is...
on a beach, dude.
I know,
it's their natural enemy.
It's like, and I had encounters with shark, by the way, so I'm freaked out about it. I want to swim with them, but I hate them at the same time. The whole thing is because of my dad's work. He used to come in really late, and back in the day when I used to stay home with him, you know... I was with his wife, and I would just sleep. And I'm like, oh, I don't see my dad. I'm just staying here the whole fucking week. I don't get to see him. And one time I catch him when he came like at 3 a.m. just sweating from working the truck. And he just turned like TBS or some shit like that back in the day. And they were playing Jaws. And I woke up. It's like, Dad. And he's like, man, I'm too tired. Just sit here. And it was when the shark jumps the fucking boat and it's Quint. And you see bloods, and my dad's not giving a fuck. My dad's like, that's fucking awesome. And I'm looking at my dad, and I know I shouldn't be looking at this because I'm like 5 or something. I'm like, this is fucking that's really cool, man.
The world is cruel and unfair. This is awesome.
This is cruel and unfair. This is awesome. And then the one time that my dad went like, just sit here and just let's watch this. It's the most treasured memory that I have about him. That's why Jaws, I think to a very Freudian level, is my favorite movie ever.
Oh yeah.
And ever since there, I started just like, I need to learn English. Because nobody wants to teach me English. Because even the teachers suck at teaching me English.
Right.
So if I want a fucking future outside this godforsaken hellhole that I call an island, I need to learn English.
Which is so funny about Puerto Rico because it's a hellhole of an island, but at this moment you motherfuckers leave, you got the flags everywhere. Tattooed. Oh yeah, puppy!
Hey, will you go back to the island? Fuck no!
Mexicans do the same shit. They're not Mexican in Mexico.
Yeah.
But going back to what you were talking about, like the blood and everything, I was like, I think my parents also didn't care, is because like I'd help my grandpa kill chickens and goats.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Same here. My girlfriend freaks out that I sing like I seen my grandfather kill pigs. Fucking my grandma just chopped chicken. I think the craziest thing that I ever saw in the what's it called in English again? Fuck, I forgot.
Which one?
The farm?
The farm. Yeah. It was a horse died because of a lightning strike.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because in the mountains there's so much, the weather's so unpredictable and it rains all the time. Lightning struck the fucking backyard and that's how this whole just paralyzed and go dead like this. Oh, no. I'm like, what happened to the horse? And my grandfather was just cursing in Spanish like, fuck, that horse cost me like $800. I'm like, no, he must be alive. And when we went there, the horse was like this, just
that is awful.
Toasty.
Oh gosh, remember that.
So then, like, my ex was a vegan, and then one of our first dates, it was with emo. Like, do you remember?
Yeah.
So he's from Nigeria, and it's the same kind of immigrant thing. And then randomly, we just started talking about chickens.
Yeah,
and then we talked about the spinning move to kill the chicken.
Break their neck.
You nunchuck a chicken.
And the look on her face where it was like, yeah, dude, like you just
do this and just. Yeah, man. Like,
and before you answer the question,
yeah, fucking go ahead.
No, but like, yeah. But I think that's why I had the upbringing that I had versus y'all. Like, my dad did all that stuff. My dad killed the chickens. My dad picked the cotton he didn't pick cotton. He picked the apples and did the things and stuff. He saw how gross it was. The big thing for him was sheep shearing because my grandpa used to do it by hand. And he used to remember the bugs and the sores that they'd get. And
pus
and all that stuff. He goes, it's gross work. He hated it as much as he has it as a pride point. And there was one time, this is like a year ago, my dad grows grapes in the backyard. And he's showing me, bomb, like super quick. He's like, this is how you prune them so that they can grow. And I'm like, you can just have this knowledge. Like, yeah, I was 5. You don't forget when you do it or whatever, right? And so
yeah, because you do it so much that it just becomes muscle memory.
Right. And so, but with that upbringing of just that grossness of the
never hand me a
stuff,
chicken. Never give me a chicken.
Because I will make it delicious. Right. And so, yeah, with that kind of level of stuff, I don't think they wanted that type of violence in my life. And so at least when it came to farm work, he never wanted me to work in the farms. That was our threat. He would, because anytime we didn't do good in school, he'd be like, do you want to go work in the fucking farms or do you want to go to juvie? The juvie court was down the street. I could always see it. I step out my door, I look right, there's juvenile courts. So it was either go to juvie or go to the fields. And we knew how fucking tough the fields were. We never forgot. And that kept me from acting out and acting up. And that also led to, and like the violent stuff, because he grew up with like, in the projects and stuff, and my mom did too. They didn't want me around that stuff. They didn't want that around me. So they did protect me. They shielded me around it as opposed to being like, oh, he needs to have a taste of it. Because I think deep down they wish they had a good chance, but then they made a better chance out of it. But they knew that the better chance I had and the more protected, I guess, I was, the more I could slingshot myself further. So that's why learn English. That's why you can't watch The Simpsons, because I don't want you to be an asshole like Bart Simpson. That's why you don't watch SpongeBob, because he's in his underwear, and I don't want you to be a cochino. Like, just little. That's what they thought. And
for me, it was South Park, because they already knew I knew a little bit of English.
I could understand South Park. I can't understand that one.
But I snuck South Park when I got to a certain age. I snuck Chappelle's Show when I was a damn teenager and stuff. There was a certain point where they let me have cable in my room, and I was able to watch
in my family
things.
at that point. Before my brothers, like all my cousins were much older, and I was like, "Fuck, they'll watch South Park. I want to watch this shit."
But like, I bet you my dad could probably kill a chicken and make it nice and delicious, but he just doesn't want to anymore. He doesn't eat anything other than filet mignon, and he doesn't eat anything other than chicken
what the
breast.
fuck, man? It's like, is your dad too good enough for?
No, because he grew up with the shitty cuts of meat. The goat and all that shit. He hated it.
Like, Michael, you don't Michael, you know what I'm talking about, right? We both went like, what the fuck?
He hates.
I get your face, but I'm assuming you see the same reaction.
He hates gristle. He hates any sort of excess fat. He hates all that shit.
Those are the best parts.
No. But inversly, my mom will eat the cartilage out of every piece of bone ever.
If I ever fucking meet your dad, I'm gonna ask, what's your fucking problem with us? Are we not good enough for you, man?
Nah, man. There was one time his coworkers invited him to a fancy it was lamb dinner, and he's like, I've had so much lamb in my fucking life, I can't do it anymore.
It's not the same. They brine it. We don't Mexicans and we don't brine shit.
But he just doesn't fuck with it anymore.
Can we get to the last question? That's the thing that I introduced.
Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up with me. I'm gonna wrap it. For me, my mom being a teacher, the biggest thing that she introduced me is just a good education.
Yeah.
Not only I always say I didn't grow up with a mom, I grew up with a teacher as a mom, because my mom was very strict with me on a lot of things, especially academically. If even I got a C, she would just hit me, and that's one.
I get it, but
that's one of the reasons why I had such a little bit at first a really hard relationship with her. Yeah, because it's like, fuck, I try my hardest in math, but the teacher's not explaining in a way that I can understand. And when I come back home and I give you the fucking problem, you're horrible at math and English, but everything else is great,
Yeah.
And it took me literally getting my first internet connection and started going, how the fuck do I do this math equation? And going at this dial-up speed, it's like literally in a little crappy picture showing me how to solve the problem for me to understand it.
Right.
Like, and that's the whole thing. And I'm gonna piggyback on everybody. It's like determination, all that shit, but it's always came down to education, because my grandfathers used to be in the sugar field canes. You know, and we didn't have any fucking cotton. We had a little bit, but our shit was sugar canes, and people would die in those fields of heat exhaustion all the time. And when I got really like, I don't want to study, I don't want to do this shit, my mom would first result, because my mom was menopausic at this time without she even knowing.
Right.
So her first reaction was to just hit the shit out of me. And over the years, she learned this, and she's like, man, that's the wrong way. I'm going to lose this kid. And then she's like, I'm not going to hit you this for your own well-being, but do you want to end up like your grandfather that's an alcoholic and he can't even say his name because he's so fucked up in the way that he grew up? And that automatically, I'm like, fuck that, I'm going to college.
Yeah.
Like, no, it like literally like snapped the shit out of me, because I'm not going to the sugarcane fields. Like I was once brought in a field day to cut sugarcane, and it was the most slavish shit I have ever experienced in my fucking life, because it was a fucking field trip where they're like, sugarcane fields now are processed by machine, but you guys get to cut it with this tiny ass machete. And you saw me with a fucking machete doing this, and I got to take that sugarcane, and it was delicious. And my mom, oh, didn't you have a great time? Yeah, but I was in the sun and I had to all do all this, and I'm like, I just did fucking manual labor.
Dude, so there's a story online where the same thing happened to a bunch of black kids in the South picking cotton. Like his mom found unprocessed cotton in his pocket. He's like, where the fuck did you get this? He's like, a field trip. But my sister did the exact same thing with peaches. They went to a teacher's peach farm. Like, go call it peaches. They're like, we get to keep some, right?
Some, yeah,
They kept none.
Wow, that's fucked up.
No
At least I got like
peaches.
a big ass sugar cane.
That's a
and I
normal
cut that
thing.
motherfucker and I chew on it like it was Tabasco. I used to be like, yeah, my heritage.
Yeah, I used to do that one too.
You know, you've seen it, right? So, I hope
I've done it.
Oh, yeah. So you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You can get some at the market. You can get raw sugar cane and just chew on it.
And Jesus Christ, I'm so appreciative of shit like that. And coming to the States, I'm just appreciative of everything: power, water, so many
Power in Texas.
Only one time.
1 week without power, 3 fucking months. I didn't bathe for 2 months, dude.
Dude, that's a
Dude, come on,
deployment.
I was fucking nasty. I got my first real shower when I got here in November 1 from 2017. Like, I still go to.
Jump in the ocean at some point, man.
With fucking salt. Have you ever done it? Have you ever gone super sweaty to salt water, then come up?
No,
You
don't do that shit,
You
brother.
shake off the salt crust.
No, that's not how it works.
Yo,
like a
that was
cartoon.
Picasso, the worst issue of the fucking planet you were gonna have there. So yeah, that's the biggest thing that I'm just grateful. And to this day, I work in the game industry, and the coolest thing that my mom taught me is like, if you don't know, there's no shame in asking for help and learning from somebody new, and asking for somebody to teach you. You know, there's no shame in that game.
Yeah, I would never learn that from my dad. That's a good one.
Yeah, I learned the exact opposite from my dad.
All right, guys, we're going to go to a commercial. We'll be right back. Ether. So this is going to be a lot faster for this next question, and then after that, we'll get into the final question.
Final round.
So last question, like I said, try to make it as fast as you can.
Carlos, goddammit.
Oh, me? You motherfucker. Like, okay, everybody, let's look at Sammy right now.
Yeah, everyone always look at me. Why are you keeping your eyes off me? What's wrong with you people?
All right, anyway, because he's going to interrupt and go into some sort of rant. Something that your parents did that actually kind of held you back. So for me, it was my dad kind of raised me to bottle a lot of stuff in.
Yeah.
So it's like, it'll be fine. Just keep it to yourself. And then it'll actually, there was no, and then there was no.
Bottle it, keep it to yourself, and that's it.
It was just basically be stoic about whatever you're going through. So in a way that it would not. Just kind of grind it out. Like, just look it in the face and grind it out. And then that works for a lot of things, but not everything. Like, so eventually it gets to a point where you kind of get smoothed out kind of thing. Yeah. I would think in general, like, even Sam, who, like, is the biggest advocate of it. Like, our parents were not very big on mental health.
No.
It's a bad word. It's a dirty word for them. You were a crazy person.
You were crazy.
Right. In that time, right?
Like, I mean, I think I was just hyperactive. That's all it was. But as a kid, they were like, he might have ADD. And
ADHD, baby.
Yeah.
I was the shit back in the day. And sugar.
Yeah, let's give these kids Kool-Aid and pure sugar cane and sugary cereals and be like, run. And he's crazy. He's got ADHD.
And then they were like, had kind of recommended, like, hey, he should take a couple, I don't even know, like, what the right dosage is, because I was 8 at the time. And it's like milligrams or something of Ritalin. And they were like, he's not crazy. He's
fucking
not this.
Ritalin used to fuck me up.
Yeah.
It's like it's not.
Oh, they gave you Ritalin?
Yeah, they gave me that because I had a lot of hard times just fitting in when I was growing up.
Gotcha.
And they taught many things. And then when they switched me to a better school with better learning,
Yeah.
I was like, school doesn't suck. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna act out or be the fool. Yeah, cool. And I just literally was night and day because I had shit to do. It's not like, the teacher's not here in the classroom for the 5th week consecutively.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy back home.
Shit.
I would say the other thing that I learned and this was over my own course of my life, is just kind of to be more open-minded to about a lot of cultures, because my parents were so in their isolated in their Hispanic, that it was like everything. Like when it comes to Asian cultures, everything was chino. That's not.
No, it still happens so much.
Yeah.
I bet chinito. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, that's fucked up in so many ways.
Right.
When it came to like either the Black American experience, or even knowing that there's a difference between like a Black person and a Nigerian or something, and that they have completely different backgrounds. Just seeing every white person as gringo or güero, like that was like.
Well, that's actually kind of right, though. I knew you were going there. I'm like,
they're not beating up Italians and Irish anymore. So
yeah.
and them the other whites.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be about it. I mean,
yeah, I guess I can go with mine. I mentioned it before. Yeah, I didn't and shouldn't have been as sheltered as I was, for Christ's sakes. I think that by not exposing me to a lot, let's put it this way. By not exposing me to certain things, I had to go find it myself. And by finding it myself, I had a different interpretation and a skewed image of it until I was old enough to understand, don't be a dipshit, right? And I talk mostly like with girls and stuff. Like, I didn't have a sex talk, really. My mom's sex talk was...
I was having sex before I had the sex talk.
Right. Yeah, no, yeah, I didn't have game. And so, like, here's my mom's advice. This is my mom's advice for everything. Before we'd walk out the door for anything, you know what's right and you know what's wrong. I raised you well. And then you just have that haunting you, right, in the background the whole time, just Catholic guilt. And then my dad's sex talk boiled down to, and this is even shorter than the already short conversation, which was, don't get an STD. You could probably die from it. Back in my day, you could get penicillin, you'd be fine. That's just the funny part. And then if you get a girl pregnant, like, let her make the decision of what she wants to do, but we can take care of it if we need to. That was it. And that was like a week before I went to college, or ended senior year.
Goddamn college. So you didn't get that talk earlier?
No. So I was like, I had all these hormones and these things that I could speak to no one about. So I had the internet, I had DSL.
Jesus Christ,
so
dude.
So that's the thing, right? No, there was no free sex. Dude, we don't talk about sex now in my family. My parents have 4 kids. To their knowledge, they only had sex 4 times for the sole purpose of procreation.
And one of them got us washing.
Exactly. Yeah, and they shook hands
coaching.
afterwards, right? We don't talk about that thing. I can't have a female friend without my mom thinking it's my girlfriend. Like, I can't even bring one up.
That's a big thing.
It's a big thing, but like,
culture,
I sometimes look back and I go, man, it was almost puritanical in certain ways. Not even overtly religious, because we weren't really.
No, but you used the word correctly.
But yeah, but it was just like, we couldn't talk about sex. So like, being able to talk about relationships and healthy relationships, and not kind of my dad's machista legend that he kind of built a little bit. He wasn't like a Casanova, but he would tell stories and be like, I could have done this and this and this, and he probably could have. He's a good looking dude. But the overall sheltered about that kind of stuff. That's one thing, and then the other thing was,
guess what, Dad? I did it.
What?
No, because you were like, he was talking about like, I could have done this. I was like, no, Dad, I did it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
There's no could have. I did.
I've already done it by accident and on purpose. Who knows? And then the other thing was
Accident.
Hey, sometimes it just falls places you don't want to go. Anyway, the other thing was just because everything else was pretty well balanced. Obviously the emotional thing, like not bottling everything up and not just doing that. But the other one was stop being a part of the team so much. So everything I tended to do was for the greater good of the team, which was my family, which was I was the younger brother. I played my role. My oldest sister, be perfect. You are the golden child. Work hard, be the fucking honor of our family. That's your role. My brother, you're the fucking heir. You're my namesake. That's your fucking role. Figure it out. They actually the middle two got less attention. The other daughter was just like, do your thing. That's it. Whatever. And then me was, you're bringing up the rear. We let you get away with most everything, but everything that you do
always fucking happens. The last motherfucker
right?
out.
Yeah, do whatever you want, but the other ones are gonna guide you. I'm a more hands-off approach. I'm there for you, but if you need to talk to me about serious stuff, I'm not there. And if you have serious stuff, to talk about, you shouldn't bring it up because it might be detrimental to the ecosystem. So I keep a lot of, in terms of like keeping things to yourself and just putting it away, I did that not because it was the manly thing to do. I did it because it was the greater good. And why should I bring my problems to everybody? So that's why I tell you guys all my problems now, because I held a lot of my problems inside.
I'm fucking listening to every single one of you. I'm like, God damn, this just repeats itself so much.
Yeah, no, it's the culture, right? The culture is universal in that way where.
I mean, there is an argument on Carlos' point that can be made that there's a lot of it that is almost universal just to like immigrant experience.
Right.
Like there's a hard-nosed person that's like, we have to make it here.
Right.
And then
it's like the whole thing that my first daughter or son has to be a doctor or a lawyer because it's the fastest way that they get money and status here in the country, and we can't fuck this up if we're a first generation.
Right.
Yeah.
And they gave us a little more freedom, but I don't think they understood the implication of what they were telling us.
Mm-hmm.
Like my sister, we're all college graduates, all four of us, 4 years, all from major universities, and that was expected. Once my sister did it, the first one, it was expected. And so, like, I don't even congratulate myself for graduating college. I don't feel a damn thing about it.
I didn't have that expectation, but because I was the firstborn male from my dad's side.
Yeah.
And none of the previous male ever graduated shit. Some of them didn't even do high school.
Mm-hmm.
My dad didn't do high school.
You didn't do high school, right?
Yeah.
So I had many uncles that died in the streets. Either they were in jail or died because of drug overdose. They were like, dude, you gotta go to college. We don't give a fuck. You gotta go to college.
Yeah, and that was our thing, was you got to go to college, you got to finish in 4, otherwise you got to pay for it yourself.
Yeah.
Because he paid for everything. And yeah, it's just that expectation. So now I'm slowly learning to unbuild that, hey, do things for yourself. I couldn't tell you anything I did for myself prior to maybe 2 years ago. Everything was for other people in the service of other people. The only thing really that was for myself was this, and even then I emphasized everyone else over what I wanted and needed. So yeah, thanks folks, I'm working on it.
JJ.
Shutting up.
Wait, they taught you two or to not shut up?
2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I'm sorry. I was like, holy shit.
no, yeah. So the story my parents like to tell me is that when I was a baby, I would cry for like every little thing, like everything. I would cry. They never slept. So I guess that pissed them off, because when I learned to talk and I would ask them stuff or I wanted to talk to them, they'd get mad and they'd tell me to be quiet and that children should be seen and not heard, stuff like that. So I learned that and I shut up. And now I don't talk.
Like, now you're on a podcast. You can talk all the time.
Right, no, yeah.
But this is the most words you say a week.
Every place that I've worked at, and even when I was like in school and stuff, everyone's like, he's so quiet. Like, I think I might have given them shooter vibes or something.
Wow,
he's so quiet, but it's like
People keep giving me Snickers and saying, have a nice day.
So Paco told me not that long ago that when I was living with Jordan, like when I moved to Austin and I was staying with Jordan, that Jordan would message him every now and again. He'd be like, I think JJ's pissed off at me. And Paco would be like, why? Because he's not talking to me or nothing. And Paco would have to tell him, no, dude, that's just how JJ is.
Right? He just don't talk.
He just doesn't say. If you ask him something, he'll tell you. He'll give you an answer. Like, he'll talk to you.
You've even said that to me.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I go, I don't know anything about you. He's like, you don't fucking ask. And I was like, oh, that's fair. I really don't. I'm sorry.
Do you ever get into like this weird thing where like, because I kind of have that to a degree where it's like, I don't give out information about myself because I'm more of a listener. So whenever someone's like, oh, like, why didn't you tell me that, like, weird things, like, why didn't you tell me I had a sister? You didn't ask. Like, yeah.
I'll do that. Like, anytime I hate that part in like an application or an interview where it's like, so what are your interests?
Self-reflection.
It's
a bitch.
Boobs?
Can't put boobs on the application.
Just Ross boobs. No, it's a W. It's a W with little nipples.
It's like woodworking. The W's are titties. The O's are titties. The D is a singular titty.
But yeah, and so like now to this day, I'm pretty quiet, and that also kind of made me, what's the word I'm looking for here? Self-detrimental, to where like I won't speak up sometimes. Like I'll just take it. Like whatever bullshit's going on at like work or school, it'd be like, and I might be mad, and it might be completely unfair, but I'll be like, well, it's bullshit.
You're not a self-advocate.
I'm not gonna win anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was in high school, the band would always do this big trip to go like somewhere. Like they would go to Florida, Disney, both Disneys. And one year they were like, all right, we're doing it big. We're going to New York. And I think that was like my senior year. So I had gone to all of them except the senior one because I missed the deadline to pay the price of the fundraiser.
Yeah.
Or pay the price of the trip. So I showed up that day, like the cutoff day, with the money in hand. Like I was walking around $500.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
And
$500 and like to go to New York though, like that's pretty.
Yeah.
yeah,
it's
no,
good.
that's why I went to all those trips because I was like it's gonna be cheap. This is the cheapest. My mom like recently was like, I really want to go to Disney. I was like, why? Well, because we couldn't take you when you were kids, and now like you can. Now you can take yourselves, and I kind of feel bad about that. But so yeah, I showed up like on the deadline, money in hand, and they wouldn't take it. They said no, every spot's filled up. Blah blah. I was like, okay, that's weird, but whatever. So I left. And I told my mom about it, and she's like, "Why didn't you? Do you want me to go back in there?" I was like, "No, Mom. Like, it's pointless. It's Chinatown.
Right.
Like, we're not gonna win this fight."
Yeah.
And I found out because the girl that I was dating was also in band. She paid the day after.
Oh.
And they let her go to the New York trip and everything. And I was like, okay, so it's just because I'm a third band. I'm a third string fucking saxophone.
Right.
And she's a first string saxophone.
Right.
But you didn't advocate for yourself, or did you advocate for yourself?
I didn't. I just
Okay.
showed up and I was like, here's the money. And they told me like, no.
Oh,
it's
they
too late.
rejected you.
Yeah.
So okay, no. So that means that you did advocate it for yourself. If you went and did the process, you went like,
No,
yes.
No,
No,
he
no.
never. He went in there when they told him no. He said okay. Like he didn't advocate for
He didn't
himself.
push
didn't.
the.
Oh,
After
okay,
the
so he
first
didn't
no.
push further than that. That's the
Yeah.
whole point. Okay, so you didn't
Yeah.
push further.
Like he didn't just take the money and be like, I can't do it. I'm not
okay,
gonna
so
go.
okay, that
He
didn't
went.
happen. So
Yeah.
but at that point, man, you know there's fucking racism involved, like always.
Or
With
towards
98%
third string
Hispanic.
band.
Yeah, it's a different.
They're all Mexican
thing,
down
yeah.
there.
We had a black guy.
And they didn't let him on. It was really racist.
We had that one dude to me quota.
Oh, and
So-
we had
so-
that one Chinese guy that we Mexicanized.
Yeah.
I mean,
As for the one black guy, he played football.
oh,
He wasn't in band.
Fair.
And Juan Gutierrez was the
Juan Gutierrez, that's
was
his real name.
the Chinese guy.
That's awesome.
Wait, his last name was Gutierrez, so he's half. We can assume?
No. Gutierrez. His last name was Wu. We made him Gutierrez.
And we're all getting canceled for that one.
Ooh, no, that's great. That's how cultures
That's
work, man.
fucking awesome.
Shit.
There was a dude that when he was a grade higher than us, and
That's great.
he was half Hispanic and then half Chinese, and his name was Wan Chong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, we have a deep Chinese population because a lot of them immigrated to Cuba, and then they find out fucking Cuba's a piece of shit because of communism.
Communism is whack.
Yeah, no, communism is wet, and they were like, we're fucking hauling ass. And before Cuba became like this whole place that nobody could come and go, a little bit before Castro, because Castro was gonna take over, they all fled to Puerto Rico, and we still have a nice population of specifically Chinese folks because communism and shit like that.
Right. That's pretty funny.
It's
That works that way.
tragic.
No, it's tragic, but it's funny how that works, right? It's just like random people get inundated with random peoples that are just like, why are they here? Oh,
They're
history's
seeking
terrible.
asylum, bro. They're seeking something better.
Yeah, that's why we have like in Fresno we have a ton of Armenians. It's like why? Oh, they were being genocide. Oh no.
Carlos.
All right, so my whole thing. Okay, so I was debating to say the answer that I wanted to say because it's dark as fuck. So, and I don't talk about this. I think the thing that my mom and my family introduced me that I think it did me more harm than good was religion. And religion, because religion can be an amazing thing. And I grew, and during my teen years, I was like, I'm atheist, fuck it, fuck you all. I was in my rebellious age and all that thing. And one of the reasons why religion is so something that I kind of oppose nowadays, but I'm not fully against it, is because it's an excuse to be homophobic, to be racist, or specifically to, to not give you the rights that you deserve as a human being.
Right.
And this is the first time I ever said this on air. When I was in high school, before I went to the private school, I was sexually abused at school.
Damn.
And yeah, this is the first time I ever say this live, because I never.
Trigger warning.
Yeah, trigger warning. That's a good call, because my girlfriend taught me about trigger warning, and the whole thing is that when that happened, I didn't know how to process.
Right.
And now, looking back at it, my dad used to call me a fag. He's a little fag. My mom used to go to Catholic church, and homosexuality is a sin.
Fire and
So I didn't know what the fuck I was. I was just known somebody took advantage of me. I was really small. Does that make me gay? Because nobody would talk to me about this.
And then you got inundated with shame and all the things that come with it, right?
Exactly. So religion was a big part of this, and that's why Catholicism overall, I talk about it all the time, but I fucking hate it to my guts, because it just does so much harm when shit like that happens.
Right.
And that's why you see me on all those political rallies, because like, man, I've gone through this shit, and it fucked me over, and it took me, and it still takes a lot out of me to even talk about this. It's like Puerto Rico and all this shit. It takes so much out of me to talk about it, and now especially I'm doing it because I feel like fine talking to you, and this is something that I won't even talk to Corey about.
Yeah, because the thing is that it's why this show exists is that Latino men have used these spaces to talk about stupid bullshit and sexist shit and shit that was destructive and self-imploding and all that shit. And now, hopefully, not just this space, but ones that we're creating amongst our peers. But ones that we're creating among our peers, just this generation that is trying to figure themselves out and get things right this time. Make it to where you could say something like that and not feel sported.
Listen, I will still kick your ass. I have cut people, so don't think I'm funny. Like, no. Like, people in Double Toast sometimes underestimate and they make jokes. I'm like, hey, I have gotten into knife fights before, so y'all fucking chill.
Yeah, if you just forget, he is a jet, or is it a shark? I forget.
It's a shark.
Okay, anyway.
It's funny because you're like, they make fun of me over there, and then our audience is like, oh, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, man. Well, it's still to this day, it still fucks with me, and I still talk to my girl about this. And it always created this divide between my dad, because my dad is very homophobic.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I first found out the closest thing that I had to a dad was gay, it really opened up, because it's when I felt like maybe I can talk about this with him.
Right.
Maybe I can talk this with my mom. Because for the longest time, I would tell my mom I don't feel comfortable around people. And I would say the walls are coming in. So they took me to psychiatrists, psychologists. And at this point, I had a near-death experience because I was surfing. And my excuse is because I almost died surfing. It wasn't that. It's because somebody in power took advantage of me.
You had trauma there that you couldn't even speak to.
I even told a psychologist, and I remember I told my mom when I was already in high school, it's like, listen, when I was almost about to graduate type of level, I must be like in 10th or 9th grade. I'm like, I'm going to tell you some shit. And my mom is like, why you never, I'm like fuck, like pray the gay away.
Yeah, what's
like
support?
that's the thing that Catholics, especially in Latino communities, deal with.
Right.
Like when I say like there's a lot of machismo, a lot of bigotry in Latin culture, and people like, you excited, motherfucker, I lived this, so don't tell me that,
In the most dangerous form of it too.
Yeah, because they would get lynched and would get killed.
Right.
And like that's one of the things that if I ever said this to one of my friends at that age, I was going to get the shit beating coming from school.
Yeah.
There was no way I was going to come in with all my teeth. You know what I mean? And I was really scared, so I didn't say shit. Now as an adult, I'm like, yeah, I can talk about this because I also know how to defend myself, and I feel more empowered.
I will fuck up somebody for you. Fuck with you, right?
So,
like, I would.
And now I can make jokes, I can make certain things, and it's still like, yeah, I'm not dead. And to Marcus' point about sexual talk, this is the point that I had to really figure this out for myself. And my mom gave me my sexual talk like when I was 12. But by this point, I already finger banged my little neighbor, this fucking girl that I literally told her I feel, and she's one of the first people I ever told. It's my neighbor. She was really good friends with me, and I told her like, somebody did this to me, I don't know. And she's like, oh, do you not know if you like boys or girls? It's like, I don't know, because I was like,
you shouldn't have had to make the decision
exactly,
that time.
Exactly. And the whole thing, how that escalated, is like, well, and she was like very okay with me just going like, Do I like this? And I'm like, I don't know if I like this because I was too young there.
Right.
And it's not until my last year in college, not last year in college, last year in high school, I was like, I think I like pussy. I want to try it. And
I'm gonna try like it's a fucking dish.
yeah, no,
the way you said it,
I didn't know.
I think I like pussy.
I was so confused because
Mofongo?
yeah, pretty much. It's like I was into art, I was into writing, I was into all the things that somebody would label as gay in Latin community.
Right,
you know?
right.
You know, I was into all that shit. Because I like sports, but it's not like I play them to get a scholarship. I'm like, oh, I want to do a painting to see if I can get in a good college. That was me.
Yeah.
And automatically, that was an insult in the play yard. That was an insult everywhere.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know. And if I am, I'm going to fucking kill somebody if somebody insults me. But it took me finding out a girl that I like and being intimate. It's like, oh, I fucking like this really much. You know what?
Women are tight.
No, this shit is tight, yo. And...
Your voice dropped.
No, because the thing is, I used to draw,
girls. Oh man.
yeah, I used to draw naked dudes and shit in art school and stuff like that, and I was always like really blushing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
And it's all those things that you can't be honest, and that's something that I see all this. I see it's happened so many fucking times.
I still see it. Yeah.
You know,
it's still around.
And I think I'm the lucky one because even with all the shit, my mom was still there. My mom, my mom is my hero. She was always there, but. If my brothers or somebody in my family insists in the future, they'll call me and be like, oh my God, you never told me. Because it's like, motherfucker, look at where we grew up. Look at the people that we were around with. Do you think I can come up and say this?
And it was all because of religion.
You know, like, no, I was like, either two things were going to happen. I was going to get the shit beaten out by my dad because my dad was going to blame me in the sense, why didn't you defend yourself?
Right.
Or my grandfather and my dad was going to kill the person. That was going to happen.
Yeah.
That was going to happen. You know what I mean? Because I grew up with my dad to a point where he used to lift guns, and it's like, oh, none of you kids are gonna touch them guns. And I was like, holy shit, that's the Dirty Hardy. Because I love movies. I recognize a fucking what's it called, the revolver? Yeah, and fucking Magnum. I recognized it.
It's a 357 Magnum.
Yeah, because he used to have it when he was a trucker. Because like, with one shot of this, I scared him away, and I'm like.
Funny thing is, you're not very accurate with that gun. Too big.
No, but the whole fucking point is that he didn't. That's my grandfather used to say. You don't need to be accurate with a revolver.
He was the Russian from Snatch. Like, it's really heavy. You can hit him with it.
No, the whole
I
thing
say
is
empty
that
the chamber. Let the Lord decide.
it's so fucking loud. It's so fucking loud that on New Year's Eve they used to shoot with that gun.
Yeah,
and he used to be kilometers, and it was like a fucking rifle going off. Can you imagine somebody
kilometers? Kilometers.
It's louder than some rifles. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no.
I know,
so all of a sudden, like I can see somebody tried to carjack my grandfather. My grandfather used to pull that fucking gun because he did it once, and he shot in self-defense. And that fucker went through his window through the other dude's car and fucked that car up, and the dude went just running. You know what I mean? That's the type of gun that you have.
Oh, I thought the trajectory was gonna keep going where it went through the dude.
No, like,
his rib cage is now over there.
No, because there would have not been a body. You know what I mean? That's the type of thing that, like, I joke with people.
It leaves big holes,
dude,
man.
I'm a big gun dude that's like, gun ownership, but we also need gun control immensely in this fucking country. And in Puerto Rico, guns law is super strict. So for him to get that fucking gun, it took a lot. But it's a bunch of Latino men that work in a very dangerous job. They're all fucking unstable,
tired and sleep deprived.
Tired, unhealthy, all fucked up. One of the biggest fucking guns you can have. Oh yeah, I just got sexually assaulted at school today.
No shit.
They would have fucking.
They would have fucking.
And I knew that coming in that day, and I just went into my cousin's room. I just want to play the Sega Genesis. I don't want to talk about today.
Damn.
And I was like that for a couple of years, man, until I got into that private school.
I am laughing to keep my heart from breaking because that's fucking awful, man.
I know, right? Like, I'm talking about. I'm like,
it's casual, but it's a new revelation. It's a new revelation for me, who's been your friend for so long already.
And I don't talk about.
And you don't talk about it.
But this kind of shows why I am the way that I am with so many things. That's why you see me rise. That's why you see me in politics involved. That's why you see me, like, listen, even people that I don't like, there's people that I met here in Austin that I fucking hate, but I still give them a hand if they need it because it's like, bro, we're fucking human, and we all go through so much fucking trauma that I can't really judge you.
Right.
You know?
So fuck religion. So the moral of the story.
And I don't want to say that because the whole thing, the pastor, El Padre que we had, was the coolest fucking person on the planet. he was the coolest fucking person that I had in that Catholic church that we went. And I always wanted to tell him, but because it was always said that you're going to hell.
Right.
I'm like, man, you're a cool dude, but I can't
Yeah.
tell you
tough,
this.
man.
Yeah, man.
Well,
That got really depressing.
well, we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna end on a high note.
I know,
Like a ska show. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Well,
might win a
all
Grammy.
shows end with the encore, and it doesn't matter what genre of music it is.
Yeah.
We just ended on a soft ballad. Now it's like, encore.
Yeah, no, you land on a soft ballad. I'm already walking out. No, but just to end it on a soft note, just something that, because we all are transcendental. We're not our parents. We had to take what culture they gave us and then grow into what America is, and then take something to make it our own. So what's something that your parents initially like came across and they were like, why? And then they came full circle on. And then for me, it's pretty easy. I think that's why Sam made the thing that he did. It was music, because I mean, I grew up like I said, I grew up listening to a lot of Tejano and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then at a certain point, they were okay with me listening to country because they just thought it was basically Tejano in English. That's just the way they saw it. And then at a certain point, I got into punk, and they were like, "No, we hate this." Right. Exactly. And then it got really weird for them when it was like, well, the little boy Mijo is now hanging out with like my friend Jeremiah was like 6'1", and he was taller than me, and he had a tri-hawk, like mohawk.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the one that you see in what's it called, The Return of the Living Dead shit.
Yeah. And so they were just like weirded out. And then like when it comes to like religious things like y'all were talking about, my friend Mondo literally shaved his head into devil horns.
I love that. It's fucking metal.
Well, he was a metalhead, but when there's so few just people into rock music,
Yeah, right.
we all just kind of congregated.
My parents lumped all of us into like the goth subculture because that's the closest thing they had in Mexico.
Right.
And they would just call us dark.
Los góticos.
Yeah, los dark. Todos tus amigos son dark.
Los
Yeah.
darks.
Yeah.
I thought for a moment, let's learn negritos. It's like, dark? Wait, what?
No, they would just say that. Los negros.
Los negros. Hey, where's Tommy? Oh.
And then even, well, not even like even worse than that, than being called negros, because negros is just like they wear black clothes.
Yeah.
But we like the cholos that were kind of like Mexican American themselves, they'd be like, oh, los freaks, like ahí vienen los freaks.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, because my friends and I always took so much care of each other, they came to see the camaraderie, came to see what it was, the music that brought us together. And then at a certain point, because I think there is a lot of Mexican culture in punk, like literally one of the biggest punk bands is NoFX. Their bassist is Mexican. Yeah. No, their guitarist is Mexican. The bassist is Fat Mike. But and then it's just happened a lot where like now we get bands like Piñata Protest. Oh, I don't think
That's an actual fucking band.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fucking
Oh,
dope, man. Get the fuck out. It's like mellow cumbia.
I like to drink and dance cumbias at night. These mamacitas are always at the light. Como las hijas.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen him like 3 times already.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, man. Invite me.
he
next time.
always goes and sees him. I'm like, I'll go. Fuck it. They're
Fucking
good.
take me next time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Dope as fuck, dude.
Well, the last time we went, just to tell a short story real quick, or a fun story real quick, we ended up hanging out with some TikTok people. Like she is famous for TikToks and making dancing TikToks, and then
That's right.
she has a band, and we ended up. That's the whole reason that we ended up with like 15 people there that
It's
show.
fucking awesome, dude.
Sam.
Oh, this media, internet, film and media. So here's the thing. I don't even. People have kind of surmised
Play
this.
some Selena.
What?
Play some Selena.
Play some Selena. No. Here's the thing. I think this is gonna sound insane. This is gonna sound insane, and it might be.
In the membrane?
Yeah. It's into the brain. in 6th grade, my best friend at the time, Sean Hunt, when they said, "What are you going to be when you grow up?" They made us sign a thing for 6th graders so we can go back and revisit what we.
They asked for Celine on.
They asked for it?
Yeah.
Why?
Now you guys.
So just in the middle, just get a fucking copyright strike in the middle of all my important shit.
You get copyright strike by Catbite.
Yeah, we will get copyright strike because someone's gonna the Sony Entertainment is gonna fucking copy. Anyway,
They're not owned by Sony Entertainment.
So here's no, not them, but the Selena Masters. Anyway, so friend Sean Hunt, he goes, "I'm gonna be a famous film director," and I go, "Man, that's cool. I didn't even realize that was a job." Cut to senior year in high school. They're like, going to college. What do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm like, fuck. I didn't realize that undeclared wasn't a bad thing. I thought undeclared was a horrible thing. Like, if you're undeclared, you're a dipshit. You don't know what you want in life. So I was like, I'll go for film. And mind you, I liked movies, but I was never actually. You know what? I liked movies, and I made movies on like my camera. And
You didn't watch them for the love of God.
I didn't watch a lot of them, but like it was always a part of my life. But it wasn't anything where I was like I consumed them at a way where I had just to have more. There was a limit. I watched some more TV than anything.
Oh.
So I applied to school for film and media. My parents were like, "What?" Okay. And then I got into a great school, UC Santa Barbara. And then I was in the middle of my recs, and it got to my junior year where I had to start taking classes for my major. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to commit to this. Sure, why not? And so I just did it because I said I was going to do it. I could have switched to a bunch of different things. I probably could have been good at a lot of different things. Sociology was really interesting to me. Psychology is super interesting to me. But I was like, no, let's go with film. Fuck it. And so I did it. And the whole time my parents were like, what are you going to school for again? Film, and you going for movies, whatever? And I was like, no, film and media studies. And what I started focusing on was the development of broadcast media, internet, culture, things like that. Specifically because it was 2008 through 2012. So it was burgeoning at the time. It was going to be important.
Yeah, you're right there in the cusp.
Yeah, and the thing was like that's when streaming was barely starting to start, and I was like, oh, there's gonna be so many streaming services that it's gonna be like paying for cable, and I was right. It was a very obvious thing, but I was an undergrad coming up with this shit, realizing that that's what was gonna happen. It happens now. I'm like, haha, I was right. So
Still better than cable though.
yeah, but I finished it, and they still didn't understand it. And then I do life, and then I'm in Santa Barbara post grad. My buddy's dad gets cancer, has to move back home. I'm in Santa Barbara. Can't afford a single bedroom. I can't find any roommates. I have to move back home too. I move back home. I do some series of odd jobs, and then some of you know the story. Tommy McGrew gets kicked off of Double Toasted for the reasons he's not able to participate anymore, and Shay, who was on Double Toasted at the time as well, also leaves. And I said, "Hey, Corey, who I had met a couple years prior visiting Austin, do you need help with your website, doubletoast.com?" And he was like, "Sure." And I was like, "I know Melly, your future brother-in-law, just moved out. There's a spare room. Can I have it?" He's like, "Let me talk to Mia."
And then you did sexual favors in return for a job.
I didn't even do any sexual favors. That was the thing.
You did see him naked.
I didn't. I saw him naked one time, but I was looking at his eyes, and so I didn't realize he was naked until he told me.
You thought you were gonna just pass that night and mention it.
Nah, I was already living with him. And it was after one of the events, and he was hungover, and my battery was dead on my phone. Yeah. I was like, "Do you have a phone charger?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he threw it at me, and I didn't realize he was naked. I was looking at him in the eye just in case, because it's happened. You know, your parents walk around in their underwear. You look people in the eye. Anyway, so he goes, "Yeah." He calls me the next day, and he's like, "Yeah, sure." And so I drive 2 weeks later to Austin, and I live with him for a year. And then I start my life here doing fucking podcasting. And they're like, "What are you talking about?" And it wasn't until I got this job 3 months ago where I do digital media work, where it's social media, and I'm doing emails, and I'm doing a podcast actually for my job. And they're like, "Oh, it makes sense." Like they finally put the pieces together like, "Oh shit, yeah, it's media. It's what being a news anchor would have been back then."
Yeah.
But all those skills that you were developing, all that wasting time that we thought,
you're just not getting paid
that they believed in me but didn't understand.
They don't actually make a lot of money.
What?
News anchors.
Oh, they don't. Yeah.
Unless you're fucking, what's it called? The dude from Accent, from Sirius.
Anderson Cooper.
Yeah. Shit
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah. Unless you're one of those. No. But
That's not really a news anchor anymore. I'm just saying he's not Ken at 5.
Yeah. You got a very good point. Let me retract that one.
yeah, he's not
you're
Tom
right.
Brokaw, right? But so
Whoa,
yeah. So it wasn't until that where it was like, oh shit, these are skills that you were building social, like you were not just messing around on social media, you were developing an audience. You weren't just podcasting, you were developing speaking skills. Like they didn't get it until they got it. And it wasn't until very recently, and now they're like, "Oh, you're really." They haven't seen this show, but they've seen other things I've done. They're like, "You're really fucking good," and it's like, "Yeah." And I didn't even want to really do this. That's the thing. I kind of fell into it, and it's working out really well. And but it took them a long time to fucking get it. So, yeah, media, make it work. Make me prove my parents wrong. Donate, like, subscribe, do all the things. JJ.
Well, side note, real quick. Toshiba is saying, really good show tonight. Should have Carlos on more often.
No. Only to fight. Actually,
listen,
you know what?
Like, I know how this goes. I'm in like 2 episodes, then people complain about me.
No,
then
that's
I go
right.
to another podcast.
Our audience is better. They're not going to complain.
It's more savage, more intelligent.
Not only is our audience better, you're. Do you fuck with Sebastian still? Puerto Rican Sebastian?
Sometimes and sometimes no. He gets on my nerves.
Is he?
I love him. I love him, but he gets on.
Is he island bound right now?
Yeah, he's in Puerto Rico still.
Damn it! Because my thing is that we should do a full episode of Mexico versus Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Yeah, I wanna.
Like go over the histories, do all
I
that
fuck
shit.
with him. I love him as a person, but he reminds me so much of my little brother. That's like fuck. I
I get it. Oh yeah, I get it. I've partied with him. Anyways, our friend Sebastian. He's also Puerto Rican.
Great
He lives in
person.
Austin.
I fuck with him all the time. But
JJ has met him. He was at the video game tournament.
That's right.
yeah.
So, but yeah, point is, Carlos will be back for Puerto Rico versus Mexico, which that should be a good episode. I mean, that's our pre-show.
We
that
have
by the way.
citizenship. We win. Done.
He's not wrong.
He's not.
We have tequila. No, play. JJ.
Food. Food is literally something that I opened my parents' eyes to because my parents, especially my dad, is very set in his ways of like Mexican food only, and then like only this style of Mexican food.
You told me a story about the migas.
Is your dad a well done steak guy?
Yeah, because he doesn't know any other way to like make it.
But there's a really good reason why it's always well done.
No, because
yeah.
the bad piece of meat. But it's just I had to introduce my dad to medium rare.
Yeah, me and my brother introduced my mom to like medium rare, and
My mom still don't fuck with it. She has to have. She has to have it cooked.
so
Tough.
my dad was a trucker. Like after he learned to drive, it stuck.
It pays well.
Yeah, it does. And he was a trucker in Mexico for a while. And there was one time when I think him and one of his cousins, or just like a very close family friend, they both had to go to like really far south, like fucking what is it, Chiapas? Is Chiapas the
Chiapas is really further
It's
south.
the southernest part, right?
I think so. I know that's where there's still like a lot of Native American reservations, and that's
Well,
Right.
they had to go like there.
Yeah.
And it was raining really, really hard. Like
it's the rainforest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the road that they were driving on was like completely mud, just like, and it was like this black, dark, fucking like black as night mud.
Yeah.
And that was all my dad was seeing for like the hours that they were driving. They finally make it to like a little town, and they stop at a diner and get some breakfast. And my dad's like, I want some eggs and some beans. And they brought them out to him, but he's used to pinto beans. And over here, they had to use black beans.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew
So
it
when
black.
they
I'm like, you were fucked, dude.
Yeah, no. So when he got his plate, but they were refried black beans,
bean, yeah.
so they looked exactly like the dirt that was outside. And he's like, I can't eat this.
Damn.
So I don't. But yeah, my dad still like when they came over to visit recently. Where I lived before in my old apartment, there was a barbecue place like 2 blocks down, so I could just go and pick up some barbecue real quick and drop it off. Now, not so much. Now, like I have stuff that I enjoy that's close to me. Like there's a Wendy's not too far. There's a pizza place not too far. I fucks with 7-Eleven sandwiches, so it's right there.
Right.
My dad, not so much. So when they came over to visit, I was like, when the fuck am I going to get you guys now? Because, like, there's no barbecue place. There's no chicken place close to me. There's a burger place, but Dad doesn't like Wendy's burgers.
Right.
Domino's.
No, I ended up getting them more barbecue because there is another barbecue place.
Southside.
No, Poke Joe's.
I was gonna say,
But it was more expensive. Like it's that might be just like COVID though. Like Poke Joe's is pricier than Smoky Mo's. At least.
All these rhyming ass barbecue joints.
yeah, I was gonna say Smoky
Poke
Joe's,
Joe's,
Smoky Joe's.
Your name
Lowe's.
ends in O. You're a fantastic barbecuer. Michelangelo, Leonardo, not Raph.
No.
He sucks.
That was the coolest.
Overcooks
No, he
brisket.
sucks at barbecuing.
Um,
But yeah, like for a while in high school, I really was into like cooking and just like I kind of wanted to be a chef. And I started bringing in like all these kitchen gadgets and like different types of foods and different types of techniques into the kitchen and introduced like Chinese food. I was like, look, this is fried rice and it's good.
Yeah, it's rice. He's like, I know
this
rice.
This is orange chicken. They made a chicken taste like an orange somehow.
Right.
But yeah, so that's probably the thing that I most influenced with them. To this day, I'll like call up my mom and tell her like she'll tell me that like I'm just too lazy. I don't want to make like breakfast, and I'll be like, make overnight oats, and she'll be like, what's that? I'm like, you get oatmeal, right? Like the regular ass oatmeal, not the one with the man on the box. But you get like regular ass oatmeal. You throw half a cup of that in a glass, a jar, something with a lid. You throw some milk in there, about a cup, and then you just leave it. And in the morning, you throw in whatever like fruits you want, or you can throw in some yogurt too, and you just eat it. Like it's done. There's
Yeah,
no
I
must.
Just
no
got
fuss.
into Greek yogurt too.
Greek yogurt's so disgusting to me.
I love Greek yogurt.
So bitter.
I like it.
That's the whole point.
Sour.
I mean, I like bitter tasting things. So that's
Oh,
probably
also
fun.
brining. I wasn't kidding about brining. I brine turkeys. My parents had never I mean, they never had turkey until they came here.
This is an American bird. Come on. Unless it fucking crossed the Rio Grande somehow.
One of my uncles killed a turkey with a truck because like
Not to eat it by accident, I'm assuming.
the turkey killed itself. Like
It was a suicidal turkey?
yeah, because my uncle had a big ass fucking truck. It wasn't a dually and it wasn't lifted, but it was tall.
Right.
Like it was a workman's truck. And he was driving back to Fort Worth, I think, from Eagle Pass.
Uh-huh.
And it's nothing but like monte and like
Yeah.
ranch.
Yeah.
So on the drive up, he was like, "Oh, there's a turkey," like on the side of the road, and he's going like 60, and it's still far enough away, and the turkey's still like on the side of the road, and the turkey looks at the truck and decides it's his time, and not only gets in the middle of the road, but jumps at the opportune moment to go straight through my uncle's windshield.
Is this Paco's dad?
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my god.
That turkey needed to see God that day. It's like, I have an appointment.
He saw the inside of a Ford F-250.
A turkey, the truck at that velocity with a turkey, it was like a cannonball.
Yeah,
Through the windshield?
There was a perfect,
Yeah, if you ever seen
there was a
Mythbusters,
perfectly turkey-shaped hole like in the cartoons in the windshield.
have you ever seen Mythbusters?
No.
Because
Well,
they,
yeah,
you,
the show.
but there's one of the early myths is what would happen if you have a turkey that hits the window of a plane, and they tested all this birds, all this, and they just went, let's go with a turkey, and they did unfrozen turkey and frozen turkey, and both lit like a cartoon fucking hole, like somebody cut it with glass cutter type of shit.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
you should fucking unbelievable shit.
But yeah, so
And
like,
then you went home and brined it.
I totally
It was
did.
delicious.
It was delicious.
I mean, he wasn't gonna drive all 7 hours with a broken windshield. I had to come back.
Broken wood chip and a rotting turkey carcass.
It was good eating.
Good thing you don't have to deal with any of the plumage. It's already gone.
but I had a really comfortable
This
pillow.
part is really hard. I think it's glass. Those are just prizes. Don't worry.
Dude, I've had that happen with duck. When I shoot duck, it's with a shotgun. So yeah.
I only had that with that deer, but it's I just hit it just in a little corner, and he just hauled away, still alive. I'm like, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I hit a possum one time, and I felt bad, even though I hate them.
You should have
They're
ate
still
it.
good.
You would feel better.
Yeah, they're good for the environment. Yeah.
Fuck them.
So for me, what's the one thing that I think technology overall, because my mom being a teacher, being all those things, she didn't like tech. She couldn't fucking use a goddamn computer. We had a typewriter until 2000, you know, until the turn of the century. Like, for real, we had a fucking old school typewriter in my house. And I was typewriting like little shopping sticks, just doing this because I'm like, well, I need to do my report, and all my reports were like, you got no pictures, no nothing. It's like, yeah, I got no internet, no. And once
I drew something.
yeah, pretty much. I had to draw like with compass and like perfectly color it very well because it needs to look presentable for a show and tell and shit like that. And other kids are printing shit from the library. I'm like, I can't afford going to a library because it's so fucking far away from me. And the whole thing is that once we got our first computer, I was like, man, this computer is fucking shit. What the fuck do you need a computer? Like, Word? What's Word? And the first computer was given to my mom because of the government of Puerto Rico. So every single teacher needed to have a computer.
Right.
And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Whatever. And all of a sudden, like, I discovered games on PC, like Doom, Jack's Rabbit, all those fucking games. I'm like, oh my God. And this is before I had even a PlayStation 1, shit like that.
Right.
Just, like, I grew up poor, so I just had hand-me-down consoles.
Yeah.
And at that point, I just became fascinated. And even when I was in college, I was trained to be a classical art type of dude, like sculpture, painter. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm artist. And then I saw all my teachers being broke as fuck, and I'm like, no, I cannot do this. So I'm like, fuck this. I'm gonna end up in the fucking streets, crazy drawing. And I'm like, what about games? And I started looking up games, and I switched all my majors to game design and game art. And my mom was fiercely opposed against that because my mom didn't quite get it. Even though this is like 2008 when I first got to college, she's like, I don't get it. Fucking Nintendo, you know, that type of shit. Mentality. Just like because there's no industry in Puerto Rico. I'm like, sure, there's no industry, but I'm gonna go to the States. And when I was growing up, my mom is like, no, you can't go to the States because it's gonna be so hard. So for me, I'm like, and I'm fiercely opposed. Like, no, fuck that. I'm going to the States somehow. And you know, it took me going to a trip to GDC, the Game Developers Conference, and doing a bunch of connections and people reaching out. Then when the hurricane hit in 2017, those are the people that actually helped me pay for the trip because I didn't have a fucking dime to get out of the country. Mm-hmm. And when my mom saw the amount of support I was getting outside of my family, she was like, holy shit, wait, what? Mm-hmm. And so I know, yeah, I'm cool with everybody and I like this very a lot. I make a lot of cool contacts. And she's like, oh, yeah. And then she's like, oh, my God, you did this. Now you're outside the state. You lasted longer than anybody in our family that have ever tried to migrate because most of them just come back because they can't deal with all the bullshit that you have to deal.
Right.
Especially if you're first-generation migrants. Mm-hmm. And that's technically me. I'm the first-generation migrant from my family because everybody else is just either was already born in the States or born in Puerto Rico. And that whole thing, like, changed their eyes. And one of the things that did, like, just went completely. It's like, yeah, I made this fucking demo that I was doing with codes and shaders and art in Unity. Put this VR headset. It's like, what the fuck is VR? And I show her a small little thing that I have from my portfolio, and she was blown away. She's like, oh my God, I can touch it. It's so real. And I'm like, Mom, stop it, goddamn, and sit down. And
Mom, it's my living room.
Yeah,
it's this 3D sculpture of my living room.
Yeah, no, and she's freaking out. She's like, my God, this is VR, yeah. And for her, games were like the Wii. Shit like that, right? And I was like, that's great, that's amazing that it's getting you, but she still couldn't wrap herself where I belong, what I was gonna do and what I liked, you know.
So what's it gonna cost for you to make us a Mexcellence video game? A side scroller beat 'em up.
Hey guys, thanks for coming out tonight.
That's a lot of fucking time and money. I'm like, nope.
I got about $35.
You cannot afford it. I'll tell you that right now. Even with pre-scripts and stuff, you cannot afford it.
See, we don't even know what a pre-script is.
What would it cost for you to reskin Mario Brothers
and not get sued by Nintendo?
It's like a lawsuit by Nintendo.
Yeah, the $1 million lawsuit that they will give you because I actually work with Nintendo on certain projects, and I seen them.
What's a dead company? Neversoft. There you go.
They're still
around.
They're still around. They do.
Rare's dead, right?
Konami's still alive.
Rare's dead, right?
What?
Rare.
Rare?
Rare.
No, it's owned by
No,
Microsoft.
It's owned by Microsoft.
Fuck. What's a Tiburon? If we could reskin Madden 94.
And the problem is that somebody owns that IP, because the whole thing about game companies is that the original creator is gone, but somebody else bought the IP.
They'll buy the development studio and buy the IP, then kill the studio.
Yeah,
and just keep
look,
the
EA
IP.
has the license for System Shock, and that development group has been dead for years. You know?
That's right. Lionhead Studio made one of my favorite games of all time.
Fable.
No.
Which one?
The movies. It was a movie. It was like The Sims where you could make movies. Acclaim.
That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah, but
Turok. Reskin Turok for us. I want a dinosaurs.
But the IP's into Microsoft, if I'm not mistaken.
No, but if you reskin it, it's the Mexcellence IP. And so what if there's JJ's a dinosaur?
Bow and an arrow fighting dinosaurs.
Exactly. If JJ's a dinosaur and he just walks like this, kind of
JJ's
weird.
a dinosaur. Why'd you make him the dinosaur?
Actually, isn't he one of the few Mexican characters in video games?
Indigenous, I
He's
think.
Native.
He's Native American.
Yeah.
Right.
Turok dinosaur.
I mean, yeah. Depending on what part of America we're talking about.
Age of Empires? That company went out of business?
I guess. I didn't know Ensemble Studios went under.
Ensemble, Microsoft, the Halo War and Age of Empire, but they got brought back again.
Oh, Beautiful Joe. We
Clover
can get
Studios.
Yeah.
Make me beautiful,
Capcom.
Sam.
But that's Capcom.
I think Visceral Studios is definitely Capcom.
yeah, Neversoft doesn't exist anymore.
I can give
Midway.
Midway.
Space Invaders.
Midway was bought by
By
Activision.
WB.
No, Activision or Midway. No, Midway is WB because they have Ed Boon and they have Mortal Kombat. You're right.
You and JJ go make games.
Hairstylist Simulator 2016. It's like a little.
Sam over here thinks he's playing Age of Empires. He's like, click, make video games.
Yeah, no, he really thinks.
No, because that's how the movies was. It was like you click and you make a movie and you make video games.
The weird thing,
Just
not to
click
get on
and
a
make-
tangent because we're running short on time, is that I really
We ran short on time 30 minutes ago.
There no
Yeah.
shit. I really believe there's going to be a future where it's going to be so easy to create content that it's going to be just clicks and switches. It's not going to be as we projected, but it's going to be way hella easier than what it is because your technology is advancing so fucking fast, man.
I just want like a Mario Maker, you know, like the game Mario Maker.
Yeah, I love that game.
I just want a beat 'em up maker where I can customize my character and make some cool backgrounds, import some content.
That might be $1
That's
million
it.
idea.
There was one on
and
the
that already
DS.
exists through Unity, man. That
Huh?
already exists.
Right, but I want to sell it and then be like, hey man, I want to develop the Mexcellence video game and I want to put a custom character of me and JJ and Marcos as like a video game side scroller.
I mean, it took the super best friends, like, these super best friends had died, and then 2 years later, the video game came out. That's what they want. That was their end goal, too.
You can retrofit it from another company, from like their engine. That's fine.
I'm surprised about the amount of, like, 3D companies that died.
Yeah, because they were
The
really
transition to
earlier.
3D was
Yeah.
hard, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, it fucking broke. That's why you see so many companies switching to pre-made engines like Unity and Unreal, because making a game engine is a collection of programs that behave and understand each other, so a fucking game can run.
Just learned THQ is dead.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, I keep
They-
forgetting about those.
Someone bought the name though. Like
Yeah.
they're still
still
a
own-
THQ.
They're not the original one, but they own a
Yeah.
bunch of fucking IPs.
Okay, Telltale Games, put me on The Wolf Among Us.
It came back again. It's
Yeah.
not with the original people because a lot of the people in Telltale were here in Austin. They're really good friends of mine.
Oh, really?
They're now back in there. It's a completely different depth. It's like maybe one or two original people that purchased the game, and everybody else is fucking new.
Well, I think we're going to end here for today.
Yeah, no, you can. No, game dev. We can be here for hours, dude.
Exactly.
And I don't want to be, and I live here.
We'll probably put you here on the compas at some point, so we can just bullshit about video games the entire
It's
time.
like, yeah, they're awesome.
Summer Game Fest just happened.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
RTX is about to happen. I don't know if people care
RTX,
about that.
and whenever it's available, please download Star Wars Hunters. That's my girlfriend's latest video game, and she works really hard and long hours.
Well, guys, thanks for coming out. My name is Marco. This is Sam. That's JJ. And that's Carlos. Have a wonderful night.
Bye, everybody. Don't just no. You gotta do it nice. Do it nice.